What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and today we have some revenge on the plate. It's Canada, it's Haiti, it's the second round of World Cup qualifying for the CONCACAF. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you guys are too. And I guess there's not much more to say, but let's get into it. The starting 11s are up. I'm honestly not totally familiar with the Haiti team. It's a very different looking team than the Haiti team that I was familiar with when we played them in the the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. But nonetheless, we will take a look at their squad. But Canada's up. We'll take it up and bring it up on the screen for you guys, and I'll go through it. John Herdman is definitely still going with the exact same formation we went with in the last match. He's going with the 3-5-2. It worked. It worked against Suriname. It was a little bit choppy in the opening half. I don't think any of us could really deny that, but we kind of built our way up. We really utilized Alphonso Davies, and we've made it kind of our own little formation. And I personally believe it is Herdman's favorite formation. The 3-5-2 is definitely not my favorite formation, but nevertheless, we'll take a look. You guys see it on the screen. I'm assuming it's going to line up in this type of formation. In goal will be Borjan. Right wing back will be Richie Larea. Right central back playing as that kind of Azpilicueta type role. It's kind of the way I see Alistair Johnston. He's a natural right back. We know that. Same as Azpilicueta, but he's been able to tuck in, put a little bit more defensive awareness to his game. Doesn't quite have that height you'd like him to have, but he plays very similar to Azpilicueta, and it's been a real kind of breath of fresh air seeing the way that he'd utilize that speed on the outside center back. Instead of the central center back being Henry, which I thought he had a good game against Suriname, it is Vitoria. Our main man is back in. He'll be playing dead center of the back three, which, given his pace, is exactly where he needs to play. The left center back, again, is Kennedy. I think a lot of you guys are very impressed with him. I was certainly impressed with him. Wasn't fully sure that he was going to be as good as he was. I mean, a lot of us didn't exactly know what Scott Kennedy was going to bring to this starting 11, if he was going to be able to kind of adapt in the way that we thought he would. He looked very good on that outside center back, especially on the left, and that's exactly where he's going to be today. Left wing back, of course, you guys are not surprised. It's Alphonso Davies. I said John Herdman is going to build his team around Davies. He's a left back. It's an awkward position to build your starting 11 on. But you know you can't stick him in a back four as a left back. So he either has to play as a wing back or he's going to play further up on the pitch. And I think John Herdman's a little bit more comfortable playing with that back three, playing him as a wing back, and that's where he's going to be. We're going to have Larea. We're going to have Davies going up and down the flanks, and he looked very dangerous last time around. I don't see any reason why he can do the same thing as Haiti this time. Our three central midfielders, Marc-Anthony Kaye is back in, and I'm relatively happy with that. I think Kaye had a good outing against Suriname. Usually plays pretty good for club and country, so I'm happy he's back in. Samuel Piette is the one who missed out, which I was relatively surprised with. I thought Samuel Piette would have been a shoo-in for sure, but I guess they went a little bit elsewhere. Stefan Eustachio was in here. That's no surprise. And, of course, Jonathan Osorio stood in. Now, I thought Osorio was going to be the one to be left out, and Marc-Anthony Kaye was going to take his place while Samuel Piette was still in there. But I don't know. It's not the worst thing. Piette brings a little bit more defensive awareness to that middle three than Osorio would have. I don't know. You guys let me know. Out of those midfield three, who do you guys think is going to be more the defensive? Because I'm assuming Eustachio is going to hang back and play that number 6 role. Give Osorio a little bit of opportunity to push up the pitch as well as Kaye. But then that leaves the two strikers. It's Kyle Aaron, it's Jonathan David, and that's as simple as it is. But let's get into the chat, guys. Let me know what you guys think of that starting 11. A little bit different than what I kind of thought, but still the same type of system. Kelly says, let's go. Absolutely nothing says hi. First, and no one, Canada says, I'm wrong. I like it. Luke Carrier says, let's go. Quotes by categories here. MXD21 is here. It says his parents are from Haiti. I didn't know that, my man. You're going to be rooting against me today. A fellow Dortmund boy, but that's all right. Hey, how's it going? Expecting Davies and David masterclass. If you guys noticed in the first match, it was something that I thought was very interesting, was the way that, I mean, David and Davies obviously was a wicked partnership. It's a partnership in Canada that we never really thought would happen, but I really thought the way that they kind of looked off each other really kept Larin out of the game. Kyle Larin is an absolutely fantastic striker when he's kind of utilized. I think David was just kind of looking for Davies and vice versa. They used each other a lot in that opening match to full effect. I mean, David had a hat trick. Davies was pretty much in on every single goal. But I would really like to see Kyle Larin get his way into this match. I think this is going to be a very hostile environment in Haiti. Some of you guys probably saw the environment in which Canada is going to play today. it's not the most appealing on the eyes. It's gonna be probably pretty intense, and I think a very important part of this match is to get off the foot on the front foot. Do not start the game the way that you did in the Suriname match. It was not the way. We got very lucky not to go down early, and we built our way into the game. I don't think Haiti will be quite as easy in terms of building themselves into the game. I think if Canada can get off to a strong foot, really take a work at it, it can go from there. But we're hoping for the best. Absolutely nothing is excited to be here today. A lot of Canada flags. Got a couple of Haiti supporters in here as well. And of course, the underlying story, as a lot of you guys know, is Jonathan David considers Haiti his second home from Canada. So you've seen him probably rocking a Haiti flag now and then. That is the reason why he scored a goal against them in the quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. He'll probably be hoping to do a little bit of the same, but it's gonna be an interesting matchup. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but it's kind of excited. I think the Canadians should be able to pretty much take this one. I really think a key to the game, and let me know what you guys think in the comment if you think that a strong start is going to be very important, because for me, I absolutely do. I think it's going to be very tricky to be able to break down this Haiti squad, but it's going to be interesting. So if you guys are new around here, drop a like on the stream. Let's get some more people in here, find our fellow Canadians. Subscribe if you're new, and let me know where you guys are watching from today, because we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff, and we got to see Canada do some of their stuff that they like. Canucks Hub is here. It says K should have replaced Osorio, in my opinion. Absolutely agree. I think Samuel Piette should have been in the starting 11. I think Osorio should have been the one that was overlooked. Or even David Wotherspoon should have potentially been in here. I'm very surprised that Osorio kept his starting place. I didn't think he was overly impressive in his last time out. Nevertheless, he's in here. We'll be supporting him 100%. Erling Haaland's here. Says, what's up? How you doing, my man? I like the lineup, but I prefer Henry over Vittoria. I respect that. I thought Henry had an excellent game. I thought he was, like I said, everyone in that opening 25 minutes was relatively shaky. But Henry had some pretty important tackles. He looked very good in the central of our defense. And, I mean, we're swapping that with Vittoria. Vittoria, in my opinion, has the most experience of that back four. Plays at the highest level. So I'm relatively okay with the switch. But I was very surprised that Osorio kept his starting spot today. Samuel Piette should play. I agree, my man. I 100% agree. Yeah, David has had the Haiti flag. He has. Massey Gamer, how you doing, my man? We will buy Davies after this if Canada lose. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. They're getting ready. It's coming soon. So I don't know, guys. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Put some predictions in before we get this thing started. The Haiti starting 11 is on the screen as well. I'm not overly familiar with a lot of the Haiti players. I'm not gonna lie. I can't pretend that I am. I used to be familiar with some of the ones that were playing in like I said, in that Gold Cup game, but I mean, Derek Etienne Jr. I kind of recognize his name, but other than that, it's not a star-studded starting 11. I'm hoping that we'll be able to build on. We'll be able to have a good start. I'm looking at the field that they're playing on in Haiti right now. It's a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie. It's a little sketchy, but we'll see how we're doing today. So if you're new around here, guys, hit the like button. Let's get us fired right up. I got the Canada kit. We got the Jonathan David one that is ordered. It's just taking forever to get here, so, you know, ridiculous. But rooting for Canada from the U.S. Beautiful, my friend. We got the U.S., Canada, and Mexican flag. Let me know what you guys think is going to be some of the important things that Canada has to do today. Because for me, like I said, it's going to be getting off to a strong start. I don't think that we can play scared the kind of the way we did at the beginning of that Suriname game. It took a while to get into it. And I don't think in an atmosphere like this, if Canada can't break down this Haiti side, it's going to probably bite them in the butt. But looking at that starting 11 from Haiti, looking at Canada's, we have the firepower and we should be able to do something dangerous here, man. Parrot is a good player. It's good, yeah. If we have any of our Haiti supporters in the stream, I mean, let me know and let me know who out of that squad you guys are looking at today. Cause I don't know. I'm just honestly like I'm not too familiar with a lot of the Haiti players, and obviously no disrespect whatsoever to them. Haiti beat us last time out, man. This is a revenge battle for us today. I'm hoping for the best, but I mean it's always hard to take on a team like Haiti. I put them in the same kind of category as Panama, Honduras. They're very hard to break down. It's a very hostile atmosphere. It's not an easy task. I know when you do the combined 11s or you want to take a look at the two individuals that are playing, we're going to have the advantage. We 100% are, but that doesn't mean anything in this match. So hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you guys are ready to get going. A couple minutes away from kickoff, getting some pitches here. But let's hear some predictions, guys. Kelly says 4-1 Canada. Very confident, very confident. I'd like to be that confident. I think it's gonna be a good game for the opening bit, but I kind of think it's gonna follow suit a little bit like the Suriname game. I'm hoping we don't have quite as poor of a start as we did in that match, but I'm hoping just the pure talent that we have, the way that this team's been rolling together, we'll be able to see it. But looking at the last game, like I said, I think it's gonna be very important to get Kyle Larin into this match. When I take a look at it last time, Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies, they used each other more than anyone else on the pitch. And Larin, who is just a natural goal scorer, he can bring so much to this squad when he's firing, was really left isolated and wasn't really involved in that Suriname match. And I feel like we need to get him find a way to get him in the game, because he can put the ball in the back of the net if he gets that sniff at goal. And I'm hoping it goes that way. I'm excited, and hopefully we can get a good leg here before we take it back for the second leg. El Salvador boat racing St. Kitts. Yeah, that was probably assumed there. Carl says Haiti will win by 4. We got some Haiti supporters. Guys, put your flags in right now. If you guys are watching, put a Haiti flag or put a Canada flag. Let me know who you guys are cheering for. I'm assuming you guys know by now I am a Canadian supporter. I'm in Canada right now. Kind of nervous, but kind of excited, and hopefully we'll have a good game on our hands. Kelly says not enough credit is given to the current form of the Canadian men's national team. It is true. It is true, but again, it's relatively hard to take a look at what we've done, considering the fact that we've taken on teams that arguably we should take down relatively easy. The Suriname was supposed to be the real hard test, and honestly, besides the opening 25 minutes where it was here and there, we went by in flying colors. It was a 4-0 victory, and now we're going on a revenge date, man. And all eyes, in my opinion, are back on Jonathan David. Kickoff just happened. David took it. We're underway. Drop a like, guys. If you're just joining, if you're sitting with us right now, drop a like on the stream. Always appreciated. Subscribe if you're new. And sit in, because the game is kicked off and we're ready to go. Brady says 2-0 Canada. I like that. I like that. Where are you watching the game? I'm watching it on One Soccer, my man. It's kind of the only place to really watch it legally here in Canada to get all the games. So it's if you guys want to look up One Soccer, if you aren't able to watch the game, that's kind of how I'm doing it, and how I'm assuming a lot of you guys are doing it as well. Where can I see the starting 11? It's on Canada's Twitter page, but I can go over it for you guys quickly right now. Canada's lining up in the 3-5-2, John Herdman's favorite formation in my opinion. Borrien's in between the sticks. Right wing back is Larea. Right center back is Alistair Johnson, with Vittoria as our central center back. Kennedy's playing as a left center back, while Davies is our left wing back. We got the 3-man midfield of Kay, Azorio, and Eustachio, with the 2 strikers of David and Larin. So, pretty strong starting 11. Not the exact formation and not the exact personnel I personally would have went with, but probably what we should have considered. Canada will win it 3-0. I like that. I like that. Field looks fine. Hope the rain holds up. Yeah, it's I'm hoping for the same. I heard a lot of people complaining about the state of the pitch before we got going here. But I think it's gonna be important for us to get a result in today's match. Again, looking at the firepower, guys, this 100% should be ours. This should be our game. We have pretty much everything we need to be able to put a real stab at the guys today. I'm excited for it. Let me know where you guys are watching from around the world. Last time we did this, we had a lot of guys, honestly, from all over the place. So hopefully you guys are excited. It should be pretty cool, and I'm excited for you guys as well. Villa Football says drawing to Haiti. Come on, my man. You gotta be going for Canada. 3-0 Canada, 2-0 Haiti from Charles. Interesting, interesting. I am very curious to see the way that this Haiti team gets on, because like I said, I'm not very familiar with a lot of their players. I mean, it kind of feels like the way I'm watching the Bermuda or Aruba game. Haiti is a better team than both of those. Again, no disrespect to Haiti. I'm just not very familiar with a lot of these players. So the pitch looks a little rough. You can see a little bit of movement on the steps of these players. But that's a beautiful little work pass there. Little sloppy, guys. We're getting some people in here, though, guys, so be sure to like, subscribe if you guys are new. If you're a new subscriber, let me know where you guys are watching from, because I'm assuming we'll get some Haiti supporters in here today. Where to watch this game in the U.S.? I have no idea where to watch it in the U.S. We did just gain a subscriber, though, so much love, my friend. Appreciate it. I'm not sure where to watch in the U.S., man. In Canada, One Soccer is the only one to take a look at, but yellow taken by Haiti. It was a quick yellow right away. And like I said, when I'm watching this Haiti squad, when I'm watching Honduras, Panama, it's going to be a rough match. They don't have quite the skill, quite the composure, quite the experience to go toe-to-toe with Canada. So they're going to be able to look to do it in different kind of ways. Hard fouls, playing a little dirty but a little competitive in their own kind of right. We'll put a little bit of pressure on the Canadians today. But again, I've liked the start so far, going for possession. Some nice intricate passes. That's a good ball down there to Richie Larea. Nice little overlapping run. It was something that we did a lot in the last time out. Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies had the ball on their feet, which is what you want. You want your best players to have it, but a lot of the times it was the same type of thing. It was hit David, wait for Davies on the overlapping run, get people in the box. No real surprises. But when you have the talent of these guys, it's honestly, it's that easy. Offside there by Kyle Larin. Honestly, as a Finn, I'm not sure how I feel about today. Of course, excited for the win, but things are much bigger than football. Yeah, guys, if you guys didn't take a look at what happened earlier in the Euros, man, it's something that makes you choke up. I mean, Christian Eriksen obviously went down. It was, listening to the commentators, listening to Twitter, it was one of the most scary things I've seen in a long time. No one knew exactly what was going to happen to him. I think the world of football had a sigh of relief when they saw him poke his head up, and it's just there's more to life obviously than the sport that we love. So it was a sad day, but all in all, thankfully Christian Eriksen's okay. Thankfully he'll be pushing on, and I don't think anyone out here can disagree with the fact that we're very thankful, we're very happy. And unfortunately for the Danes, they did lose. So yeah, we do have our Finnish supporter here on the channel. Probably pretty excited, man. Finland got their first win in their first match, I believe, in the Euros. So, I mean, kudos to them, but the Eriksen scene was heart-wrenching. And, yeah, it makes you think. And thankfully, he's okay. Thankfully, they'll be able to figure out what the cause was and move on from there. But it was a little scary, man. Hi, Josh. If Canada got in the World Cup, how far do you think they would go? I mean, man, I'm a realist when it comes to my country, and there's a set piece here from Haiti. Falls to the oh, that was a very poor ball. Now hopefully we can hit on the break. But I mean, I've been watching my national team for a long time, and I said I've never been as excited as I am right now watching them and seeing the firepower and seeing really the team chemistry. That's a it's a good opening chance from Haiti right there, man. And that's what we got to be very careful of. There's a set piece. Came back at them. It kind of looked as a shot on goal, but it was going just wide. And Borjan did very well to be able to contain it. But a little bit sloppy from us on our end. I'm assuming the goal would have been given offside. It definitely would have been given offside. Nonetheless, a good early chance there for Haiti. Canada did well, and hopefully can come back at them the other way. But like I said, I mean, watching Canada over the years, man, it's been nothing to what they're like watching now. I'm not going to say that they could go deep, but I'd like to think if they make it to the World Cup, they can compete for a third place spot in their group stage, and hopefully, depending on the points that they pick up in their group, make it into, I can't remember what the format is, if it's round of 32 now or round of 16. Either way, their goal should be to get out of the group, and I think that there's a reasonable chance, depending on where they get drawn, that they can do that. I support Haiti because they're not a finished bottle job like Tottenham. Well, that's fair, my man. Canada wins 3-2. Do you think Canada team can beat US and Mexico in the Gold Cup? I do. If you guys aren't familiar, the Mexican squad and the US squad that'll be going to the Gold Cup will be their B squads. We're going to be having a video coming out later on a buddy of ours on Tactical Manager's channel, kind of breaking down what the US team may look like versus the Canadian team. And arguably, Canada should be, as well as Jamaica, one of the favorites in this tournament. We have the firepower, and we're hoping that with the States and Mexico bringing smaller type of teams, it should give us a good opportunity to be able to compete for the victory, really. Watching from Switzerland. Matty D says, "Let's go, Josh." It's a good man there. Just gained a new subscriber, Diego Carlos. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. If you guys are new to the stream and want to subscribe like our good friend there, Diego Carlos, we appreciate it, as well as dropping a like on the stream. We're 8 minutes in, and the best chance has fallen to Haiti, even though if it would have went in, it would have been an offside. But now we get to see a little bit of Alfonso down the wing. But I mean, if you look at the turf, I don't know. It looks a little hard, man. You guys have the same ref that ref the Nations League final. Good luck, from James Blake. Pitch looks awful. Pitch does look awful, man. It looks like the pitch I used to play on when I was a kid. But yes, I was aware that the pitch was a little bit iffy when it came to this kind of game. So we'll have to see what we how the boys get on today. He had cardiac arrest. Hey, bro, what are your thoughts on what happened to Christian Eriksen? I mean, it was devastating what happened. It could have been a lot worse than what it was. I think, obviously, everyone in the footballing world is probably very excited that he's okay. But, I mean, it's things that you've seen before. It's not the first time a player's unfortunately collapsed on the pitch. I think it's very lucky, we should be very grateful that he's okay. He'll hopefully be able to push on. It was scary, and yeah, I mean, it's just a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call that there's a little bit more than just a sport in this world, and hopefully he'll have a full recovery and be able to get back to what he loves doing. But I don't know, it was scary scenes, and it was pretty devastating there. But Haiti's got a good opportunity there, and Canada's relatively well to push it on out. Dean just subscribed to the channel. Dean, we appreciate the sub, my man. Let me know where you're watching from, Dean, as well as Diego, our two most recent subscribers. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Dan says he's watching from England. I like it. Canada is impatient and unsettled thus far, eh? Kelly, you're from Canada, aren't you, my man? Aren't you? Yeah, I agree. I said, I had a feeling that they were going to build their way into the match a little bit like the Suriname game. They were very sloppy. Someone who I expect to be able to kind of control this midfield is Eustachio. I love the way this man plays. I love what he means to the midfield. The way that he settles down the play, the way that he's able to kind of build up and just relax the way that the team's going. But if I'm being completely honest, he was very sloppy in the majority of the first half of the match in the Suriname game. I'm hoping for him to get a little bit more on the ball, a little bit more relaxed, and see the way that the boys can push on today. But we have been a little bit sloppy. We haven't been able to kind of take it to Haiti. But looking at a lot of the previews, looking at a lot of the expectations for this match, I think that was pretty much on par, man. This is a game that we had a feeling that was going to kind of go similar to this in terms of the fact that it's going to be hard to break down this Haiti team. The atmosphere, the pitch, it's not always easy. Just gained a couple more subscribers. Love it, my friends. Like I said, if you guys do subscribe to the channel, let me know where you guys are watching from. And hopefully that you're cheering for Canada. I mean, that's almost important. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure we got some Haiti supporters in here as well. But yes, they have been relatively lackluster in this opening minutes here. Oh shit, the CB himself, Diego Carlos, subbed to you. I'm very honored to have Diego Carlos. I mean, I want to ask him if he's going to look to move on from Sevilla, but I'm glad to have him here today. Easy win for Canada today from Gully. We're hoping, but man, it's gonna be a tough time to break down this Haiti squad. They're gonna play compact. They're gonna play gritty. It's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world. But I want to see. Davies hasn't gotten into the game enough. He's been relatively sloppy. He's turned the ball over a couple times. I'm curious to see if at all John Herdman's gonna be able to change shape. Because with me, a big issue I have with Herdman is that when it comes to mid-game, he hasn't been able to kind of take the tactics to the opposition. He proved that in the last time out against Haiti. And if things don't work for them, if they got to push Davies up the pitch, I'm curious to see which way that they look to go. Meunier played so good against Russia today, and I thought he was really our player. Yes, if you guys took an eye on the Belgium game today, and I had a feeling he got subbed on early, he got himself a goal, he played very well. I'm telling you, wait for next year. Good ball in the box, cleared very easily out from Haiti. Give Meunier one more season at Dortmund to see if he can turn his season around. Davies injured? He's not injured. He's all good. He took a little knock, but he's all good today. It's a good ball there. Leaves it. Another one into the... There we are! Let's go, baby! That was a relatively poor defending. Kyle Larin gets on it. Back of the net. 1-0. Oh, that was a little bit easy, but I mean, balls in the box is going to get Kyle Larin into this match. He wasn't able to do it the last time around. Most balls went through the left-hand side. This time it came through the right. I believe it was Larea who put that in. And again, as easy as you like, Kyle Larin, back of the net, 1-0 Canada. We got the away goal. That's perfect. Kyle Larin, I said he'd be very important to this match. You have to find a way to introduce him, man. He's such a good goal scorer, but it was good workup play. A beautiful, beautiful left by Richie Larea. Poor goalkeeping, poor defending. The ball took a bounce, found Kyle Larin, and just tapped it back into the net. We got some fired up fans from Villa football. But yeah, I mean, the goalie misjudged it. Relatively easy. Found Kyle Larin. And there we go. The revenge for the Gold Cup has got off to a good start here. Canada is up on the road. I like it, baby. I like it. Diego Carlos, 1-0, boys. All right, guys. Drop a like on the chat for that goal. Big shout out to Kyle Larin. He's somebody I really enjoyed watching this year. Watching at Besiktas, seeing the way that his game has grown. The way that he's been able to be versatile. Come up exactly when he's needed. It's been very refreshing to see. Oh, that's a tough challenge there on Davies. Why are Canadian networks airing Euro games but not Canada games? It's been a good debate, man. Since I started covering Canada, the number one comment I say we got is the disappointment to see a lot of soccer fans across our country be upset with the likes of CBC, TSN not having our national team being played. Now, I can't speak to it because I don't have all the information, but what I feel is kind of similar to the way the Champions League, the Premier League kind of got taken away from Canadian viewership from those rights. They were bought by DAZN. It kind of seemed like One Soccer was going in a similar type of way where they bought the rights to the Canadian men's national team, the Canadian Premier League. It's very, I don't know, it's very interesting, but it's a shame. If you want to see this sport build and grow in this country, you got to be able to make it very, very viewer friendly, and it's got to be played on TSN. It's got to be played on CBC. It's got to be given an opportunity for kids to fall in love with it. And having it on One Soccer, even though I think the app's an awesome idea, it's not the right play if you're looking to grow this sport in this country, especially with the World Cup coming up, which we are hosting in 2026. It's a very poor free kick from the Canadians, though, and cleared out relatively easy by the Haiti defense. If you don't like this stream, I will delete your Fortnite account. You heard it here from Gully Gill. Guys, you gotta drop a like on the stream. That's a very good turn by Kyle Larin. Oh! You can be Marco Royce on Fortnite now, guys. You can be Marco Royce on Fortnite. So, that was a very good touch there by Larin, though. He is building his way into the game. Should have probably had a second there. TSN had the rights, but subletted it to One Soccer. And I don't know, man. I find it so surprising. This is a growing sport in this country. It's a growing sport in a lot of North American countries. Well, I guess really just Canada and the States. It's booming up, and you gotta find a way to get it into the eyesight of all these young kids coming up, and even generations that do enjoy watching the sport, if you want to find it growing. Oh, Ross Barkley has found the stream. Our networks don't care. Can't blame One Soccer. I absolutely don't blame One Soccer. One Soccer gave us an opportunity to watch it. It's $75 or something like that for the month. For a year. You get a lot of stuff with it. I have no complaints with it. I at least have access to it in this country. But I do take the points that you guys are making in terms of why TSN hasn't picked it up. But Ross Barkley is back. I'd rather listen to you for free than pay for One Soccer content. Well, I appreciate that, my friends. I hope you guys do enjoy the stream. And it has been exciting following our national team. They have obviously taken a while to be able to kind of compete with some of the likes of some of the bigger clubs and bigger countries around the world. It's a good start, and hopefully that they can go past Haiti, make it to the octagon, and have a fun duel with the 8 best in the CONCACAF. And they got it on to an excellent start. But this game is obviously far from over. There's 2 legs to it. There's a fly there. The tough foul there as well. They figured the rating and seeing Canada versus Central American and Caribbean teams would not draw in. ESPN purchased the Euro, and since TSN is partially owned by ESPN, that's how they got in. Alan's very knowledgeable on it, and I like that. But that's good insight, Alan. I appreciate it. I did know that's why. I mean, TSN's always had the rights of like the World Cup, the Euros, and I assumed it was because of their relation to ESPN. I think producer T told me that not that long ago, but it is still a good way to be able to build a viewership of our national team. Our national team has never been this good before. Anthony just subscribed to the channel. Anthony, my man, I appreciate it. Let me know where you're watching from today, my guy. Oh, that's a tough turnover there, but Kenny did very, very well. Joseph Stalin. Mr. Stalin is in the house. He says predictions for the Gold Cup. I honestly don't know, and I'm very excited. We're having, like I said, we're having a video come up very soon with Tactical Manager to kind of take a look at the Gold Cup, take a look at what the Mexican squad, the U.S. squad may look like, because they're the 2 front runners. They're the team that should be the favorites for the Gold Cup, but they're bringing their B squads, and this Canadian team is just getting better and better. This is going to be a real opportunity for Canadian fans all across our country to be able to watch their national team consecutively like this. So I'm pretty excited. I think Canada, if the States and Mexico bring their B squads, Canada and Jamaica should have a real opportunity to kind of have a deep run in the Gold Cup, considering that a few years ago we had a deep run and arguably were upset by Haiti in the quarters, and our team is much better and much more developed than it was back at the last Gold Cup, especially with the emergence of Davies and David. We have Eustachio as well. Hopefully Hutchinson can find a way to be a part of it. But we'll have to see, guys. Chris is here. Chris, how you doing, my man? 23. Broman says, hey, remember me? I was in the chat in the game against Aruba. Congrats on your win against Suriname. Very impressive. I do remember you, my man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. It was an impressive win. The Suriname had to be the first look at this national team to really put a test to them. Because, again, no disrespect to Aruba, Cayman Islands, Bermuda. They weren't a test. This Canadian squad should be able to handle them. And arguably, they should have been able to handle Suriname, which they did relatively comfortably. Now they're going to move on against Haiti. A bit of a revenge story, but it gives you a place in the final 8, which is exactly what you want. And we got off to the perfect start. Kyle Aaron put the ball in the back of the net relatively early and puts us in a good position. Why does Haiti have a team? Well, I mean, Haiti beat us out in the Gold Cup. Haiti's not someone to be taken lightly. They play a specific type of football. They play it hard. They play it well. And if Canada's not careful, which I was kind of nervous about a slow start, which they kind of had but kind of didn't because they were able to find the ball in the back of the net relatively quickly. They have dominated a little bit of the possession, especially in the counterattack, which Jonathan David is on right now, up against his his very, very close to him country. Panama Corso, second toughest round matchup. Who do you like here? I don't think Panama's going to win it, man. I don't. I know Panama's obviously they made it to the World Cup in the last time out. I just don't think they have it in them anymore. I feel like a lot of their big boys are kind of getting older, similar type of way to Costa Rica. And I don't know. I don't see them getting through. I really don't. Davies drew a foul there, was very lucky to do so. Is Jamaica that good? Jamaica's done very well in a lot of their recruitments. A lot of English players have Jamaican ancestry in them or were straight up born in Jamaica. And the Jamaicans are starting to recruit a lot of them. I mean, Antonio's going to be their leading striker. Rafael Morrison is going to be one of them they brought in. Jamal Lowe is another one. They've been recruiting very well. They definitely will have a strong squad. And in my opinion, like I said, Canada and Jamaica have a chance of being one of the favorites because of the Mexicans and the States bringing their B squads. I had a question. Do you have any sites I will be able to watch the Korea versus Lebanon game tonight at 11? I can't find it anywhere. I am Korean. I don't know of that, my man. I'm sorry. I'm not sure exactly where you'd be able to find that. There is a friend of mine who's on Twitter. You can look him up. His name's Hady. H-A-D-Y. And then BBB or something like that. But he's from Lebanon. And he usually watches them. So he may be able to give you more of an insight on that. But I am glad that Mark Anthony Kaye is in our starting lineup today. I've been very impressed with him. I think that he can obviously play at a higher level than what he currently is at. I think that he should be in the starting 11, especially in this squad. I am surprised that Osorio has started both matches, but we have a good start here, guys. Gained some subscribers as well, which we are obviously very appreciative. So if any of you guys are new to the stream here and you want to subscribe or like the chat, it's obviously... oh, it's a good tackle there by Kay. But I think if Canada gets to the final 8, TSN will show it. Alan, I love the insight. I honestly don't know. And I really hope that they do. I mean, I have one football, so no matter what, I feel like I'm safe to be able to watch it. But it would be cool. It'd be cool for the growth of the country to be able to allow more people to watch their national team and really get to know some of the players on it, because it is a growing sport in this country, and it is very cool to see how a lot of them will be able to get on. We're gonna look to start maybe a series next year, if you guys, depending if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, kind of tracking the way the teams will be, kind of the players around Canada will be playing. And I'm excited for it. Our national team has been getting a lot better. They've been doing very well. And it would be huge for this country to see them qualify for one. I mean, being a part of 2026 will be huge in itself, but I do personally believe this team has got a shot of qualifying for this World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. But they're doing all the right steps, and they're going to have to start building together. I think this is a good test opportunity for them to get some minutes together, to kind of get a feel for how the way that they're going to be playing. They had their test against Suriname. They're having their test against Haiti. And then they'll be able to take on the big boys of CONCACAF, which will be a lot of fun to be able to do. I really appreciate your guys' support on the channel. And it's just been a very proud moment to be able to follow and cover the national team and seeing a lot of the love that we've been able to see. Qatar is looking good. I'm kind of worried that they might win the Gold Cup. Qatar won the last Asian Cup, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with that. They do have a relatively strong squad. I don't think they will have too deep of a run. I don't know what type of team that they'll bring to the Gold Cup, but it'll be interesting, man. I hope Eriksson is fine. I think from what I've read, he is, thankfully. I mean, the footballing world was obviously very devastated there for a little bit. It seems like our boy will be okay. He'll be able to move on. But I mean, just for everyone in the chat, let's just put a little prayer sign in the chat, guys. Show a little bit of love for Christian Eriksen. It was a scary moment. My heart sank when I had those scenes. Read all the reports on Twitter. It was scary. It's an awful thing to see for a player. We didn't know what was going to happen. He seems to be okay. But the beautiful game, the beautiful fans around the world came together. and we're able to see him put his head back up, and it was a wonderful sight. It's a tough challenge there by Vittoria, clean from the ref though, and it's eventually blown down. Gene's got a prediction of 2-0 Haiti. It's a very bold prediction, my friend, considering the fact that it's 1-0 Canada. Good storytelling will increase the viewership if it's shown on TSN. It absolutely will. Bobby Smith just subscribed to the channel. Bobby, we appreciate it, my man. But yeah, I mean, it's been an uphill battle for this sport in Canada for the better part of eternity. I mean, it's just, this sport has, it's been my sport since I was 4. I haven't been able to talk to a lot of people around it and about it, considering why we started the channel. But I mean, we gotta take some steps to be able to put it in the eyes of different Canadians around the world. If we want to really have a push for this sport, making it as easily viewable as possible is the best way to do so. Now, that's not taking anything at One Soccer. They saw an opportunity, and it's giving a lot of people the opportunity to watch the game. But there's got to be some things that we can do to be able to put it in, especially if we make it to the final 8. Qatar is not in the World Cup team. It's Manchester Qatar City that bought his players. Turkish is here, says Laren, 20 million euros. I love Kyle Laren, man. I got a lot of, I met a lot of good Turkish friends that are friends or supporters of Besiktas because of our boy Kyle Laren. Atiba Hutchinson and Kyle Laren have a lot of love in Turkey. They absolutely do. It's cool to see. Richie Larea, for a lot of you guys who don't know, have been linked to Besiktas. They're keeping that Canadian connection alive, and I really like it. I like to see it. It's the reason I follow our Turkish friends in Besiktas, so very cool to see. But we're about 29 minutes in this match, and Canada's pretty much done everything that they had to do to take the match to Haiti. They're starting to sit back a little bit. I would like to see them push a little bit more forward, try to get that second one. I don't think this team can afford to sit back too much, because I think Haiti will eventually start pushing up. Very well done there by Haiti as well. Wait, is one football an American and Canadian is one soccer? I think it's cool if 3 change the name of the region. Yes, I mean one soccer is a Canadian, is a Canadian network basically. It's covered the Canadian men's national team. It's to cover Canadian Premier League. They cover Liga MX as well in Mexico. It's also got Lille, which is to keep eyes on your boy Jonathan David, which is one of the perks I really liked. Now, hopefully Jonathan David goes to Borussia Dortmund so we can get One Soccer to get the rights of Borussia Dortmund and we can be laughing. That's a dream of mine, but yes, One Soccer is definitely a Canadian thing. Got 113 of you guys in the chat right now though, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Drop a like if you just joined us, and let me know where you guys are watching from. Had some people from England, which I always find is surprising. Recognize a few regulars as well from our Borussia Dortmund streams, which is also beautiful to see. Even the US brings their B squad. That's still a lot of talent. Players in Europe mixed with some young guns in the MLS. That is true. And if you guys are looking forward to that episode, keep an eye on the channel. We will be sharing it on our community board. We're doing a nice collab with 11 Yanks, Rabona TV, and Tactical Manager on the upcoming Gold Cup. We'll be taking a look at what the States B team will look like, the Mexican B team, the Canadian team, and we'll put some predictions in. So hopefully you guys will enjoy an episode like that. It should be coming up this week, I'm assuming. But there is a water break here, 30 minutes in, and a chance for John Herdman to take a look at the boys and let them know how they're doing. Joseph Stalin says, everyone liked this stream. You don't want to argue with a man like that. Actually, sorry, it wasn't Joseph Stalin. It was a different Joseph. Joseph, I appreciate it, my man. I just assumed it was Joseph Stalin, but I appreciate the love. One Soccer is nice, but it has nowhere near the subscribers as Rogers, Sportsnet, and TSN do. By the way, of TSN and the Canadian men's and women's team have the rights until 2026, should they want it. That is true. Alan's a very knowledgeable man. Alan, I'm excited to have you here on the stream, but it is very true. I mean, it's definitely a growing channel that One Soccer is. They do have some good things. They have a good idea. In my opinion, they took their marketing strategy around DAZN. Kind of took a shot that this could be a growing market, which it is. But like I said, if you really want to find a way to get a country around the team, you got to use the networks that are available to you. And TSN has to be utilized to be able to grow this team, because we have a special Canadian squad in front of us. It's the reason I'm out here right now doing what I'm doing. I'm excited about it. I see 120 plus of you guys in the chat that are excited about it too. And there's nothing more that I want in my life to be able to see that this nation grow. And I'm hoping that we can do something dangerous in the Gold Cup, because you'll see me getting silly if that's the case. Joseph also says no, Jonathan David to Bayern. Joseph, my man, come on. Like this stream or I'll delete your FIFA account. There's some wild threats going on in this stream right now. And none of them are coming from Joseph Stalin, so that's surprising me a little bit. Ross Barkley's from England. I assumed that. Bobby Smith is here, says, I think Canada will make it to the last 8. I do too, man. I think they just have too much talent in the squad right now. I mean, people have been very heavy and very, very critical. We just lost the light. Overheated. They've been very critical on John Herdman. And John Herdman hasn't always been the most tactical manager. I mean, I think he's a very good motivator of the squad. I think he does have some flaws, but I do think he's done a good job. And if you guys are familiar with the Canadian Soccer Association, you know our budget is not very big. John Herdman is the best type of manager we're going to get right now. And he's doing things proper. He's doing things well, and he's putting us an opportunity to make it to the final 8, which is the bare minimum that this team should be going for. So I have to give him a little bit of a hats off. But let me know what you guys think about Alfonso's game today, because I think he's been very isolated. He's lost and turned over the ball far too many times. He looks like a shadow of himself from what he did in that Suriname match, because I thought he was excellent in it. I don't know if he's overthinking, if he's not getting the ball as much as he would like. But the ball has found Jonathan David right now. I have a jersey from Jonathan David that is ordered. I'm very excited about it. But Davies just keeps turning over the ball. He's tripping over himself. He's having a very hard first half, which, I mean, you're superstar of CONCACAF. You don't really want to see that. Joseph says, yes, Rabona TV. Yes, Adrian, we'll be doing a couple things with Adrian coming up. We have a special coming up for you guys. What a touch there by Davies, though. Rapid speed to get around a couple of Haiti defenders there. Does very well. But yes, we have a special coming out for you guys on Canada Day with Adrian. It's going to be a best ever Canadian 11. I'm very excited to film it with him, and hopefully that'll, I don't know. Adrian's done such a wonderful job in his YouTube career, and I'm very excited to be able to do a collab like that for you guys on Canada Day. Hopefully you guys are excited for it. And we'll also be having him on Tactical Manager's channel to break down a little bit of the Gold Cup. Ball's put back to Borjan. Does well to kind of shift it out. I've been very impressed with Alistair Johnson, though. A lot of you guys know that he's a right back. He plays a right back for Nashville. But I honestly, in that Suriname match, when I saw him and I saw the starting 11, I predicted a very different starting 11, because I just assumed Alistair Johnson would not play as an outside center back. Given his height, given kind of what he brings to the team, I didn't think that would be a fit, but he hand and truthfully reminds me of Cesar Azpilicueta, and he's done such a good job. I think the speed's been very important to keeping, whether it's Henry or Victoria, kind of safetied out in the middle of our 3-back defense. It's been a good look, and I'm very happy to see him get on the pitch with Richie Larea. Drew says he's watching from Indian in the US, but as a proud Canadian. Drew, welcome to the stream, my man. Hope you're doing good. Jonathan David should stay at Lille this season to get more and move to a better league next year. I agree with you. I think Jonathan David had an awful start to his Lille career. If you guys took a look at his opening few games, man, I think he went 7+ games without a goal. He was not being able to find Liga a very adaptable league. It is a very hard-hitting league. There's a lot of tackles. It's a tough league to kind of find your feet in. And he just struggled so much in the opening a little bit. It looked like he'd almost be a bust. Was able to find the goals, was able to kick back in, and turned it around. Ended up obviously winning Ligue 1, which was incredible. Had 14 goals, the most goals ever scored in the top 5 league. I think for his development, he should stay at Lille for at least one more year. Stay with the group of players that you're used to playing with. Play in the Champions League, get that experience under his belt, and then hopefully excel, and then maybe make a leap off to Borussia Dortmund naturally from there. So, my opinion, and hopefully we'll see that come true. But this Haiti team is doing a good job at stopping Alfonso. You're spot on, man. Alfonso's had in my opinion, a very lackluster start to this game. He's trying to take on the defenders a little bit more than I think he should. He's turned over the ball more times than not. He's lost the ball more times than not. He's had a really poor start to this opening 38 minutes, and more than likely, it's frustrating him a little bit. I'm curious to see what type of tactical decision he or John Herdman's going to have to make in the second half, because you need Davies involved. And I don't know if he's overthinking it. He's trying to do too much, but again, he just gave him the ball there, made a dangerous little play for Haiti, but Kennedy does very, very well to put it out for a corner. But Davies is having a trouble here in this Haiti match, man. Best Canadian 11, Jonathan David as every position. No. I mean, Canada's had some success in the Gold Cup previous years. We'll probably have some players definitely on that 2000 team I'm familiar with. I think Davies and David will probably be shoe-ins, but it'll be interesting. Corner kick there, done very, very well. Nice ball in there from Haiti. Larea does well and gets the foul. No worries. Glad that we have to convince TSN to show the games to increase the support of the game in Canada. I actually remember in the 1986 qualifying games, they were shown on CBC at the last minute, so sadly this has been a problem for some time. It has been, man. It has been. I mean, growing up in this country, like I've said it so many times on the channel, so those of you guys who've heard it before, you're going to hear it again. I'm from a small town, a very small town in Canada, and you can't find a lot of people that can talk about the sport. It's just not a big thing. I mean, it's getting bigger. It is. You got to be in the city, in my opinion, to be able to get it, but to be able to find that growth and be able to suck people in at a younger age, you got to be able to put it in front of their faces. And hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of that going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. Adam just subscribed to the channel. Adam, much love, my friend. Hopefully you're cheering for the Canadians, but I mean, if you're from Haiti, I'll understand as well. Larea got lucky there and drew a very important foul. But they're showing little bits and pieces of Alfonso turning over the ball. And he's had so much trouble down this left-hand side. He did it again. He won it back and he lost it. What is this pitch? Yeah. The pitch is not in great shape, man. The pitch is not in great shape. It was a concern going into this match. It's not a huge surprise. The pitch in Haiti is relatively annoying, but our boy Juan is here. Juan, how you doing? Kyle Larin got the opening goal. Worked very well down the right-hand side. Whipped in, crossed. The defender of Haiti and the keeper both missed it. Fell right onto Kyle Larin's boot, who just had to tap it home. Perfect start. The Canadians have been relatively sloppy, man. I mean, sorry, Fonzie has been very, very poor, in my opinion. Down the left-hand side, he's lost the ball just about every time he's had it. It's probably pretty frustrating for him. But I don't know. We're going to have to find a way to be able to get him back into the game a little bit more, because there has been a lot of sloppy moments in this Canadian first half. But, I mean, we got the lead. We got one of the most important goals that we're going to have to score in this two-legged tie. But we're going to have to clean some things up. I've been impressed with Kennedy again. He's been done very well on that left-hand side. Is Gareth Wheeler the voice of Canadian soccer? I like Gareth Wheeler, man. I do. I think Gareth Wheeler is a very exciting, very knowledgeable, relatively biased when it comes to the Canadians men's national team, but I don't know. I'd assume that he'd be one of the main vocal points of Canadian soccer. I enjoy listening to him. I think I would like to see him be a little bit more critical on this Canadian squad. There's been a lot of hype around it, yes, but there's still a lot of question marks to be asked around the management, to ask around some of the players as well. But all in all, he's a very intelligent guy. I do like listening to him, and I'm hoping that that the Canadians can prove him right. How is Larin doing for the national team? Kyle Larin is an incredible striker, man. I've been loving to watch his development. I'm hoping maybe you're from Turkey and have some input on him there, but I've really enjoyed watching and listening to a lot of the Turkish supporters because they got nothing but good things to say about Kyle Larin. Ah, Davies. Our guy has just been slipping all over the place, man. I don't know if it's the turf, but our boy has had some troubles. But we've been gaining a few other subscribers, guys. Much love. Just won ourselves a corner. Whoever just subscribed, I saw a couple of them pop up on the screen. Didn't see the names, but I really appreciate it. But Larin's always been done very well for the national team. He's a natural goal scorer. His game's just gotten better and better, in my opinion. I mean, for Besiktas, guys, they played in a 4-1-4-1 system, and he played the majority of it on a right mid or left mid, which is crazy to see considering looking at his build, knowing what he's good at. But he scored a goal here today, which is good. He was very poor in the Suriname match, wasn't utilized enough. That's a poor corner right there. Very poor corner. I'll sub if you say go. All right, Joshua, I'm going to turn it around on you if you sub. I'm going to say go Haiti for producing someone as talented as Jonathan David to represent Canada. Does that count? Does that count? Does that count? I don't know. We'll see, Joshua. We'll see if we get your sub or not. I had to turn it around a little bit, but this pitch looks like a cow paste. Chris is not impressed with the pitch. Neither am I, man. It's not a good looking pitch. It's not. But that was such a poor corner, man. I don't know what's going on with Alfonso today, man. His head is just he's going for the cute. He's going for the cute, and I don't think he can do that with a team like Haiti, man. They're not afraid to take the foul. They're not afraid to use the body, and he's had such trouble going up and down this left-hand side. And for those of you guys who watched the Suriname match, that's exactly what we did. It's a nice ball there. A little bit out of David's reach. But that's exactly what we did in the Suriname match. We utilized David, we utilized Davies. Those overlapping runs came pretty much consistently. But Davies, man, it's in a match like this, and I haven't personally seen him do it too much in the Canadian jersey, but I know that sometimes he likes drifting into the middle to get on the ball more times than not, but in this match, he's been taking on defenders left, right, and center, and he's lost 90% of the time. He's had a very frustrating first half, and it's hurting the team. But we got 2 minutes of extra time right now in the first half before we get into injury time. Saw the game in Haiti against Nicaragua. It was a swamp. How did they finish, I wonder? Yeah, you can just tell watching the way that this ball is rolling around the pitch. The fact that we got a first half goal is vital, man. We did very well there on the side. Hits Kyle Larin. Relatively poor, and looks like Larea might have taken a foul. Joseph said the team looks sloppy. It's not just Davies justifying him. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. It is absolutely not just Davies. But we know that he's our superstar. We know that the ball is going to be at his feet more times than not. We've been going up that left-hand side, and unfortunately, Davies just has lost the ball a little too much. But whether it's the pitch, whether it's the atmosphere, I'm not sure. But this is definitely a very, very sloppy look at this Canadian squad. But again, 45 minutes in, we have the result we need. Let's keep carrying it on, and hopefully we can see a much stronger finish to this second half. So hopefully similar in the way of that Suriname match. But nice little touch there by Larin. Does very well, but ran into by a Haiti defender. Okay, does very well there. Takes the foul, I assume. He does. Is Theo Corbiano starting? No, he's not, man. Very good tackle there, again, by the Haiti defender. Corbiano's not, but I'm assuming if I'm going to look at the bench, I'd hope Theo comes on later. He's going to bring a lot of pace. He's done pretty well in majority of the times he started for the Canadian men's national team. So I'm hoping he can come back in. We got Kyle effing Larin coming into the chat. I see that, Eagle. We got a Besiktas fan coming in, my man. Hope you're doing well. But yes, your boy scored today. So I know, like I said, the Turkish love for them has been fantastic. That is halftime, though, guys. 1-0. Very sloppy, very ugly looking half of football, man. There's no doubt about it. But let's drop a like on the stream for getting that result so far. We're up by 1. Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. But I'm going to dive into the chat here for the majority of halftime to kind of catch up. LHP says, wouldn't be surprised if Kennedy gets himself into the Bundesliga side soon enough. Great for us. I agree. He's playing in the second division right now in Germany. He's done a good job, but I mean, besides other Bundesliga squads, it's not a good team for him to kind of get a lot of looks. But I think the fact that he's starting and playing for the Canadian men's national team, I think the fact that Canada is going through a grueling qualification for the World Cup will get a lot of interest in him. I think the next natural step for Scott Kennedy is to make that step up into either a top second team in the Bundesliga. Maybe he makes a move to Bremen, Schalke, hopefully not Schalke, but maybe Schalke, or going up to like an Augsburg type team. Because I do think Scott Kennedy is a very talented defender. He's looking to be the future of our center backs right now. And I would much be more comfortable watching him play in the Bundesliga opposed to the second division. We'll have to see what he does. Davies might not just be used to the Bundesliga fields, so he's not used to this. It could be this is not a very nice field, which is probably a reason why most of the team is looking sloppy. Josh, you probably don't want to talk about Dortmund news, but would you like to see Mohammed? I'm always happy to talk about to Dortmund news, but again, he's not the player I'd like to see Dortmund target. The players I want to see Dortmund target in the window would be a right back. Baku's my guy. A center back for depth. St. Juice is the guy, and then if Jadon Sancho leaves, is Daniel Mullen. Those are my 3 guys. We don't have the money to do anything else, and I won't be looking at anyone besides those type of players. It is not easy to score a goal against Honduras, Costa Rica, and San Jose. It's an unstoppable team. Canada needs to prove a lot. I agree, man. This has been very, very sloppy. There's not... I mean, the fact that we're up by 1 is fantastic, especially hopefully be able to take a result like that back into the second leg, back to home turf. But I don't know. It hasn't been sloppy, but we've been able to figure it a way. Hopefully Davies can kind of figure out a way to be a little bit more effective in the next half. There's not... It doesn't take a genius to know that he's going to be the one that we're gonna rely on to be able to get most of the balls into his feet and hopefully kind of create something. I think Jonathan David's been kind of quiet in this match, but we'll have to see. Haiti per capita income is $700. They're offering what they can in a pitch. Hey, it's true, and it's a lot of these different countries, and not just in North America, but around the world have tough pitches they got to play on. It's a part of the game. It's no different than a Europa League team making a trip out to Azerbaijan or something like that. You got to do what you got to perform on what's given in front of you. Canada has taken a 1-0 lead in a very sloppy first half. Let's roll on from here. Larin might go to the Premier League. West Ham, Everton, Tottenham interested in buying him. I love Kyle Larin. For selfish reasons, I don't want to see him leave Besiktas because I love the support from Besiktas. They're a fun country, good supporters, but naturally, I do see him going to West Ham. I'm not convinced that Antonio is that natural striker they need, considering he was recently playing as a right wing back. I think Kyle Larin would be a perfect fit for West Ham. Get some Europa League football. It's a natural fit for me, but we'll have to see. Davies might just be used to... Yes, we read that one. It would be nice to win by 3 so we can cruise during the second leg. In my opinion, man, if we get any type of result in this match, it's massive. It is absolutely huge. Considering we're going as the away team into their pitch, which, as we've established, isn't the prettiest pitch in the world, against this hostile environment with a stubborn Haiti squad. It's a big result. We are able to walk away with any type of victory today. That's huge, and I hopefully will be able to see us cruise in the second leg. Adam says, how are the boys looking? Honestly, not very good, but no one on this pitch today has really excelled. It's a tough pitch to look on. You can tell the way that the game is being played. It's being played at a slower pace. In my opinion, the most frustrating person on the pitch has been Davies. He's had the ball on his feet a lot. He's trying to take on players, which he naturally does, but whether it's the ball, whether it's the pitch, whether it's the environment, I don't know, but he's having a tough time being able to go by players today. But we have the 1-0 lead. And honestly, that's the most important thing that's been going on. Hopefully the second half will be a little bit brighter. I'd maybe look to bring on someone like Witherspoon for Osorio. That's off the top of my head, just someone who can maybe bring a little bit more creativity in the middle of the park. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys would do. If you would make a sub at halftime, who would it be? Gully says, drop a like, broskies. MXD21 says that we are losing. Are there any other wonder kids in Canada besides Davies? I mean, if you want to look at Jonathan David, I guess he counts. But, I mean, Theo Corbiano, for me, is going to be one who I think is going to blossom. I'm hoping he gets put out on loan if he doesn't break into this Wolves team. But there's a few other ones that maybe have... I mean, Jebson, if he ends up looking to represent Canada, could be one as well. Eric, I didn't give you a shout-out. I do recognize you subscribing earlier on, so much love for the sub, my man. Got a few comments in a row. It says, if Canada plays football half as good as they play hockey, they'd win every Gold Cup. I don't know how to argue with that. I'm right on page with you, man. 1-0, it's a good result for Canada. We'll take it. Alan, absolutely. It's been an ugly half. Any type of result here today. I mean, a win is better than anything. But it has been frustrating, man. It looks like I said, it looks like a pitch I'd play on. Looks like a pitch I used to play on in Mississauga growing up. Very turf-like. Very turf-like. El Salvador won 4-0. Not a big surprise, man. Not a big surprise. Josh, what's your thoughts on Cowie leaving us and getting raw dogged by Utah? I don't know, man. I'm not a huge basketball fan. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I mean, Kawhi Leonard did some wonderful things for the Raptors, but again, my basketball knowledge is very, very poor, so I don't even want to speak on it because I'm just gonna sound like a goof. You wanna talk to me about sports? It's hockey or soccer, man. And I say soccer because I'm assuming most of my viewers today will be Canadian, maybe, but yeah, when I say the S word when I'm doing Dortmund streams, it's frowned upon. So we'll see. Is Richie Larea any good for a backup? I love Richie Larea, man. I'm assuming obviously you're a Besiktas fan. That Canadian connection, you want to keep it going because Atiba Hutchinson, from reports I've read, have asked Besiktas to go out and sign Richie Larea. I think that'd be a perfect signing for them. I think he'd fit in so well. He's versatile. He can play as a wing back. He can play as a right back. He can play as a left back. I'm hoping that he makes that link because I love that link to Besiktas. I have a feeling that Larin will eventually move on. Hutchinson is obviously relatively close to hanging up the boots considering he's 38. So you need to get Richie Larea in there, man. So I'd be happy to sit on him. Are you showing the game live? I am not, my man. This is a watch along. I can't show it live. It would be it'd be taken down for copyright issues if I did. They need to play on Canadian football, the CFL fields. Yeah, I mean, there's no, in my opinion, there's no better pitch to play on than playing at BMO Field. I don't know what's gonna be going on with COVID, but hopefully, for the foreseeable future, they'll be able to get those matches in. Speedy recovery for Eriksson, upset monkey. We are hoping so as well. Yeah, I mean, it was horrible things to see. It absolutely was. We're hoping for the best from him. But Lifestyle CC, why do you skip my question? Call me a dwarf? Come on. 5'8". You mean dwarf. What was your question? Are you showing? I can't show the game, man. I'd get copyrights. But I appreciate the insult. Makes me feel good about my huge 5'8" structure. Yes, Europeans really hate the word soccer. They do. They do, man. I had to be very careful. Like I said, I grew up in North America. The S word is very used around here because we have American football. But yes, we wish the best to Christian Eriksen. Very excited to see, obviously, good signs coming from him. But drop a like, guys, in the stream for Christian Eriksen today. It was, yeah, I don't know. It was tough to see. You never want to see something like that, but all in all, it looks good. Hopefully he'll be able to be okay and recover as quick as can be. But we're keeping an eye on the Canadians today. So guys, let me know, what was your biggest takeaway of the first half? Because mine has been the word lackluster. Because that's pretty much the #1 word, in my opinion, to sum up what we've been looking at so far. By the way, if Canada goes to the next round, for first matches are with Honduras and US. hard start for Canada. In my opinion, man, if we're looking to take a stab at making the Final Four, we need to take on a team like Honduras. Honduras should not be taking the game to Canada. We should be taking the game to them. We should be starting the Final 8 with a big win against Honduras. I'm not going to go into the States game and say that we should be able to get a result. I'm hoping that we would, but it's not. It's going to be a tough game. The States, in my opinion, right now are probably the best team in CONCACAF. I would love to see us do what we can to get a result, whether it be a draw or a crazy upset win. But it's no. If we don't get a result, it's nothing to put your head about. But the game against Honduras has to be. That has to be a win. No ifs, ands, or buts if we want to have a chance to go for the World Cup this year. Soccer is an English word, not Canadian. Rio, my man, how you doing? Rio was here with us for our very first Canadian stream. It's good to see him back. Hopefully a Besiktas Canadian link can create more young Canadian players who find pro footballing in Turkey. The CFL has been helping that as well. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see. Like I said, we're going to be starting a good series, hopefully next year, that will kind of keep you guys up to date with a lot of different Canadians around Europe. We got some good partnerships in the works. We've been getting a couple of subscribers as well, so if I didn't give you a shout out, I'm sorry that they pop up so quickly, but Scott was the latest sub. I appreciate the sub, man. It means a lot. You guys are killing it with the support today. But yeah, I'm excited for the series next year, man. We'll be keeping eyes on all of the young Canadians all across Europe. We'll be doing more watch-alongs than not. I need to get a Canadian on Dortmund. That is the #1 priority in my book. But we'll be mixing in a few other streams. Hopefully Buchanan makes that jump to Napoli. That'd be nice for me. Eustachio as well. It should be fun. Do you think the border will open in July like they are saying? If you're from Canada, I mean, I can speak very truthfully. I have no faith that this thing is going to be moving as smoothly as we're hoping. I don't know, man. I can't put an opinion on it because it's just been a night and day situation. It's been ridiculous. Kelly says not the best first half, but here we go. I say 4-1 Canada. The floodgates will open. Kelly, I love it, and I agree. I said the important thing in this match to be able to get something was to have a good start. We did not have a good start, but we took a 1-0 lead. Davies, unfortunately, had a very frustrating first half. His touches weren't on, his takes weren't on, his decision-making wasn't on. Maybe, I mean, the one goal we scored came from the right-hand side. We had a nice overlapping run from Larea. Beautiful ball that was ended up putting him in the box that Larian put home. But they've done very well to be able to shut down Alfonso. He's been shut down. That's as easy as a word. He has not had really any impact on the game today. Hopefully he's able to wake up in the second half, have those touches on. I'm not sure what exactly it is for him, but it's been tough to watch. But we know how Alfonso is, man. It's not going to take him too much to get into this game, and it just takes him one good rush. But we just gained a few other subs on the channel, so we appreciate the subscribers, my friends. Hope you guys are doing well. 6 p.m. in Ontario. It is 6 p.m. in Ontario. Go Haiti, you can make it. Got a Haiti supporter here in the channel. That's okay. That's okay. Wes says, since USA are kings of CONCACAF, all CONCACAF nations must use the term soccer. Yeah, it's such a debate, man. Like I said, I do a Canada stream versus my Dortmund streams. Just that word does so much. Rio says, I still may have my Canada 1986 World Cup golf jersey. Rio, if you want to reach out to me on Twitter and send me a picture of that, I would love to see it. Because I bet you that thing's a weapon. MLS has been the most significant development for a Canadian men's national team. Absolutely it has. And obviously we're going a little bit more out from the grassroots approach, getting in the Canadian Premier League. It's a ways away from the MLS. That's an obvious thing. But it's the right path to do. And it's good to see them get in a Premier League, a natural professional league of our own. I've been to a lot of Forge FC games. It is, but I mean, still, a lot of the major talent that comes from Canada is going to be played through the likes of the MLS. And it's cool to be able to use both revenue, both atmospheres to be able to help build this sport in this country. You were 5'8", taller than Messi. Well, there you go, man. I like it. US are not kings of CONCACAF. Mexico beats them every time. Well, they have, but the States did win the last important match. They won the First Nations League. I mean, obviously it's a new kind of similar to the Nations League that's in Europe. I don't know how deep and how big of roots it has on the opinions, but right now, I mean, I personally do think the States have the most depth to their ranks. They got a lot of good young players in them, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And hopefully this Canadian team can kind of close the gap. They've been doing the right steps, but the second half's going to be kicking off soon. England stream tomorrow. I'm not sure, man. Depends the way the rest of this night goes, if we'll be streaming Sunday or not. But Monday to Friday next week, we'll have a watch-along for you guys every single day. The big one will be the France-Germany game on Tuesday, followed by the second leg of the Canadian and Haiti game. That'll be a lot of fun. On Monday, we'll be doing the Spain-Sweden game. So a lot of watch-alongs coming up next week. Hopefully some Dortmund transfer news as well. Hopefully not the sale of Holland or Sancho, but we'll have to wait and see. Second half has kicked off, guys. We are underway. 45 to go here to hopefully be able to get a good result away going into that second leg. I'm half Croatian, half English. Croatia is number. Well, there you go, my man. I could tell probably by your last name. It kind of looked like a Croatian name, but King of CONCACAF is the U.S. Got some U.S. supporters here. Hey, I mean, you won the most important game between you and Mexico in recent times. Right now, I'd say you guys are the king of CONCACAF right now. But the Gold Cup's coming up, and whoever wins that, in my opinion, is going to trump it. Even though you guys are dressing your B squad, but Mexico will struggle against Jamaica and Canada. I think so too. It's going to depend on the quality of players that they do bring, but we'll have to wait and see. You about to have a wild night, buddy? Well, we're gonna have some drinks afterwards. But I don't know. Have a girlfriend as well who I don't know if we had plans for tomorrow, if I'm gonna be able to do it, but like I said, Monday to Friday we have watch alongs every single day, and on the Tuesday, the double header of France and Germany will be a huge one. Got a lot of German subscribers on the channel, as well as our Canadian Haiti second leg, which will be a lot of fun, guys. You guys have been awesome to have on this chat so far. I really appreciate the support. Drop a like one more time if you guys are new around here. Subscribe if you're new. And let's see this thing out. Second half underway. 1-0 for Canada. Opening goal from my boy Kyle Larin. But Haiti's had a lot more of the ball here towards the end of the first half, and it seems to be like in the opening minute and a bit, they may be the ones taking the game to Canada. Anthony's here. Says, go Canada. Gotta love it, man. England versus Scotland equals good game. We will be doing that one, man. That is our Friday game we'll be doing. England versus Scotland. I'm very excited for that. We'll be taking a little look on Sancho and Bellingham as well. If you guys can't tell in the background, I'm a big Dortmund fan. And for a lot of you guys who don't know, I work for Borussia Dortmund. We have a international app that I'm lucky enough to be a part of, the marketing of it. We'll be using it here on the channel. So if you guys, I mean, we'll be doing the Canadian stuff, but if you guys do enjoy Dortmund, we have a good partnership with the club, and I'm very excited and honored to be a part of the app, the international app we're developing. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see, man. But yeah, if you guys had any questions about why there's Dortmund stuff in the background, we're a Dortmund channel as well, and yeah, it's very cool. So I thought I'd share that with you guys, and hopefully the new international app that we're working with Dortmund will be a hit, and a lot of you guys can enjoy it. I will be streaming every German game. I'm very excited for it. My background, for those of you guys who don't know, someone just asked me if I have German in me. Someone just asked me if I'm Canadian. And we just gained a few more subs, so big shout out to you guys. It's a good ball from Borian. Finds Laird as well. My grandparents and my parents and myself were all born in Canada, so I'm as Canadian as you can be. But my great-grandfather was born in Germany. So growing up, I've always had a connection to the German team. Watching the Euros, they'll be who I'm cheering for. A reason why I fell in love with Borussia Dortmund. So yeah, my background comes from Germany, but I'm Canadian through and through. Larea looks to be pushed out on the left-hand side. So the interesting thing I saw with this this formation is it can be adapted in game. So it can be switched from that 3-5-2 into a 4-3-3. It could easily be put, Borjan is obviously in goal. Alistair Johnson can go as a right back, which would mean Victoria would be playing the right center back. Well, that's a good ball, but Borjan did well. Scott Kennedy would then go out to the left center back, while Davies would have to play left back because Atakubi's not in. But that's not the case. It does look like Davies had some trouble on that left-hand side, so he switched sides. Davies is playing as a right wing back now, while Richie Larea is playing as a left wing back, which, oh, it's a poor touch by Kay there. It's a very poor touch, which I think is very interesting. But like I said, arguably, unfortunately for our boy Davies, he had one of the worst performances I've seen him have in a while, playing out on that left-hand side. But he's playing as a right wing back now, which gives him the opportunity to get up the field and cut in on his left foot. The only person on the German team who should be on a Champions League team is Kimmich. The rest are garbage. Oh, Camp Chris, you're taking shots at us. USA got knocked out by Trinidad in qualifying. That wasn't the last World Cup, though, Rio. I take your point, but they have gotten a lot better. They call Larin the poor man's Lukaku here in Turkey. Well, I think that's very harsh. I think that's very harsh. Kyle Larin's an excellent striker in the Turkish league. Score predictions for England-Croatia game. 2-1 England. I think they'll get their revenge that they wanted from the semis, but nicely defended there, out for a Haiti corner. Anthony asked if I'm Canadian. Yep, very Canadian. Who will win the Euros? In my prediction, I picked Belgium. Don't look half bad now with my predictions. They had a very convincing opening performance in the first one. Holland leaves this summer. I don't think so. I think Jadon Sancho will be sold. That's a beautiful ball. That's onside. Jonathan David coming in one-on-one. Oh! That's the second time in a matter of 2 games he's been stopped on a one-on-one. He went with a sneaky little chip. That was a big save. It was a very well-timed run. He was clearly onside, left from his side of the half, went in on a one-on-one. He did the beautiful little wait. He dropped the shoulder, went for the chip, but the Haiti keeper did very, very well to keep it out. And that would have been a perfect little way to put. Damn. I would like to see that. I would like to see us get one more. Because this Haiti team is working their way back into the match. Oh, a beautiful little bicycle kick. Very, very nice save by Borjan. Very well composed. Chipped it over the net. But no, I don't think Holland will leave this summer. I think Holland will leave probably the following summer. Sancho will leave this summer. The Octagon will be difficult, but at the end of the day, same teams will qualify. I don't know, man. My top 4 right now is Mexico, US, Jamaica, Canada. I'm backing the boys. Thoughts on Bellingham? Unbelievable footballer. Nice little corner there. Did well by Borjan and drew a foul. Even better. But we had a lot of love on the stream today, guys, so I want to give you guys a big shout out. We gained a lot of new subscribers. Very much appreciated. It's really good to see, man. A lot of love for us Canadians across this country. It's cool to see. Growing up in a small town, don't see it too much, so it's very refreshing. So I appreciate all the support on the stream today. But yeah, my thoughts on Bellingham is he's incredible. He's going to be a starter for Dortmund 100% next year. Him and Dahoud will be a nice little partnership under Marco Rosa. And I just think he's going to keep getting better and better until Dortmund inevitably sell him for a lot of money. Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic, best midfields on the planet. You are a Croatian, my man, and I respect it. What part of Canada? If you guys know where Woodstock, Ontario is, that is where you will find me. Close to that. In the good way, bro. Larin is super cool. I couldn't tell. I was gonna say I thought Larin was very highly looked at in Turkey. So I don't know, the poor man's Lukaku. I guess I don't know. Lukaku is an unbelievable striker, unbelievable. So I guess you could take it as a compliment. I didn't know how you meant it, but that's good to hear. But it is very interesting to see that that Davies decided to switch over to the right-hand side because he found absolutely no success on the left earlier in the game. I don't think, in my opinion, it was a side. I just think that it was the way that Haiti lined up, but you needed to do something. And I guess switching him over to the right is a way to kind of address that. So far, 54 minutes in, he's been no better on the right. It's a nice ball there by K though to and another nice ball to find Jonathan David. We gained another subscriber. I didn't catch the name, but I appreciate the sub, my man. It was Bean? Bean Blaze. Appreciate the subscription, my man. Poor man's Lukaku. Big diss. I thought it sounded like a diss, but apparently not. Damn, they should have scored on that 1v1. Yes, they should have. Camp Chris says, Josh, would you agree Davies is overrated? Absolutely not, Chris. Come on. I know I'm a Dortmund fan, which puts Davies in that awkward situation that he plays for Bayern. But no, he's not overrated, man. Alphonso Davies is a phenomenal footballer. He's versatile. The fact that he went from a winger to the left back he is. Unfortunately, he's winning a lot with Bayern, which bugs me being a lifelong Dortmund fan, but he's not overrated, man. He's an incredible footballer, and you can see his quality come out when he plays for Canada. This game right now is not a good example of it. Davies has had a horrible game today. I don't think anyone in the chat could disagree with that. But 9 times out of 10, when he rocks the Canucks jersey, he's quite an incredible talent. Tommy says, "Do you watch hockey too?" I do. I'm a Sens fan, so one for the future, I guess. If you guys watch hockey, which I'm assuming it's interesting asking a bunch of Canadians that than it is watching and asking a bunch of Europeans. But I'm assuming a lot of you guys too do as well. That was a poor ball by Eustachio out for a goal kick. But if you guys do watch hockey and you're hockey supporters, let me know what your team is. Producer T is a Maple Leafs fan, lame, and I'm a Sens fan. Anthony knows which city that is. That's cool. Yeah. I guess you could call London or Woodstock a nice city, but... What happens to the 4th place team? So the top 3 get automatic qualification for the World Cup. 4th has to go into basically a similar type of matchup as to what we're seeing now. It'd be a 2-legged affair. I can't remember exactly who they would play. If any of you guys know in the chat who Canada would, if say Canada gets 4th, who they would play. That's a good ball there by Haiti. Borjan does very well to collect it. Kind of route 1 type football there. Nice little ball. Borjan did well, was commanding, grabbed the ball as easy as it is. A nice little look there from Haiti, but all in all, well defended. But for some reason, I have a feeling they play a team from Asia. I could be wrong, though. My boy Alan should know, and he's already commented. 4th place plays 5th place or would play the South American team or Oceania team. So that'd be 5th place Asian team. It depends on the draw. Well, I would much rather play the team from Asia than the team from South America. That would be a tough challenge. The best look you can maybe get would be like an Ecuador. But that's gonna, if Canada finishes 4th in qualifying and they have to play a team from South America, that would be hard. If they get to play a team from Asia, that'd be more balanced. But hopefully they'll be able to get a big result and find a 3rd place. But it's gonna be hard, man. I think 4th place will play 5th. Oh, that sucks. A lot of you guys are thinking the South American duel, and that would be crap. Tommy says better a Sens fan than a Leafs fan. Tommy, I like it, my man. Stutzla is looking good. He is looking good. To be honest, as a new immigrant to Canada, I find it tough to get into hockey. Been here for 5 years. I've been here since ever, so hockey was easy for me. I played hockey and soccer since I was 4. Nice little header back door. Oh, huge chance there for Haiti. Beautiful, well-worked corner. Nice little flick on header to the back post. Put it across goal, but very well defended by Vittoria, it looked like. and it's going out for another corner. Very well done there by the boys to be able to lead to another corner. But Haiti's had some looks in this match, man. It hasn't been as straightforward as it may look. Another corner comes in from Haiti. That one was kind of well defended by Richie Larea and pumped out. Very nicely done. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I played hockey since I was 4 and soccer. I love both sports. I don't know, man. I just always felt like I had a bit of European in me. There's just something about about soccer that just had me hooked on it. I think it was the setup. Because North American sports, like American football, baseball, hockey, they're structured so much differently than soccer is, and I don't know. I like being able to follow teams all around the world, and I don't know. It's cool though. It's cool, and I mean, as soon as I had the opportunity to maybe try to find a way to use this channel to grow soccer in our country, I went for it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. We got some little partnerships coming up. Still do a lot of work with Dortmund. That's a horrible back pass from Haiti though, but got lucky for it. What do you believe will happen to people in Canada if they qualify for the World Cup? Would people root for Canada or root for whatever country they are supported for the last 35 years? It's an excellent question, and I was telling a few friends about it. Like I said, I mean, I've always watched Canada, even when I was little, with Julian de Guzman and Dwayne de Rosario. I've always watched them, and they've just been poor. I wasn't around during, obviously, the 2000. I mean, I was alive, but I didn't follow the sport when they won the Gold Cup in 2000. Tommy, thanks for the sub, my man, and for the gentleman who subbed just before that. I appreciate it. But unfortunately, it was hard to poor ball. It was hard to get into the sport when you when the national team was just so poor. So my team was always Germany. We do have a substitution coming in. K is coming on for Atakubi. Interesting. I'm assuming a switch in shape may come in. Atakubi will probably go to left, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. How do you guys think this substitution will shape things up? Richie Larea was playing left wing back. Davies was playing right wing back. You could go to a back 4. Atakubi could be left back. Kennedy and Vittoria, the 2 center backs. And then Larea would, I'm assuming, be right back. And then Davies could push up the pitch a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I always supported Germany when I watched the World Cup and the Euros, because again, Canada wasn't relevant. But for me personally, and like I said, I've always cheered for the German national team. They're my background. Canada never had to compete with them. But if Canada ever played on Germany, I would cheer for Canada. I'm Canadian. My grandparents, my parents, I'm born in Canada. I'm a Canadian through and through. They were so irrelevant for so long. It was, it's a good question, but I don't know. If you guys have, I mean, Rio, Canada, Croatia. Actually, I don't think you said you were English, so England, I don't know. If you have a debate between 2 countries, Canada and wherever you may be from or you've been cheering for, let me know who you would cheer for. I would cheer for Canada because I'm Canadian, but my other team is Germany, and in the Euros this year, I will be cheering for Germany. But if Canada make it to the World Cup, Canada trumps Germany. Davies with the free kick coming in, puts it right on goal. Goalie keeper does it decently, but Ben says I'm a Shark fan. Uncle worked for them. Very cool. Absolutely nothing says he's a Sen fan. I love it. Good man. We got something to bond over. Hey, I'm a Sharks fan as well. Got the Pens. Australia versus Canada. Fire Irish Derby. There you are. Max says I'm Dutch. I have searched everywhere, but I cannot find the stream of this game. It would be hard to see, my man, unless you have one soccer. We did gain a member on the channel, though. The beautiful game has subscribed to Superstar Holland rating. I love it. I love it. I appreciate it, my man. Anything on any member, any donation, anything like that obviously helps the channel out, so I appreciate it. Welcome to the membership, my friend. He's doing well now to break out the other end. Asia, probably Syria or the UAE. UAE's got a good little squad. They've recruited a couple young Brazilians. Fabio Lima, someone I followed for a while. He is Brazilian, but he's played for Al Wassal for a long time, and he's now playing for the UAE, and he's been scoring a lot of goals, man. A lot of goals, so he's done very well there. British Empire Series says, yo, what's up, Josh? Man, Meunier nailed it today. I agree. I said the reason I think that Dortmund may not target a right back is because they're gonna bank on the fact that Meunier's got a bounce back season. Highest ranked team in Oceania is New Zealand at 120 or something. Yeah, I would take New Zealand over anyone from South America any day of the week, man. Soccer's better than any other sport. Gully, there you are. Canada needs some more goals. I agree. I think they need one more just to make things a little bit more relaxing, but David's been quiet. Larin, even though he scored, has been relatively quiet. I don't know. I feel like the tactics of Herdman today have been a little bit off of maybe where they should have been. The 3-5-2s looked a little bit, I don't know, a little bit discontinued today. A lot of passes have been off. I don't know if that's just the players being sloppy or what you want to put that down to. I think pretty much all new immigrants in Canada love soccer. Hey, anything that can improve the viewership in this country is a good thing for me, man. When Jonathan de Guzman rejected Canada to be a fringe Dutch player, while his brother was playing for Canada, I thought that was the end for. That's a good point, man. But I mean, to be fair, I think he was on that team that made it to when the Dutch made it to the finals in the World Cup. I'm pretty sure he was. So I mean, you could argue he made it to a World Cup final, but I do agree he didn't have a lot of minutes. Sounds like the same thing with Scotland. Since we never qualified for anything, I always support Italy in the Euros. Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, it's on the rise for Canadian soccer. This is the best Canadian team by some distance than I've ever seen before. This is a talented team. It's very cool to see, and I do realistically think they have a shot. If John Herdman can figure out a way to get this team playing, to get this team going the way that they can, I think they have a shot at qualification. I'm not saying they're a shoo-in, but there's no reason they shouldn't be in the discussion. Italian Canadians will cheer for Italy for sure. I think you're right there. Got another water break coming on right now. Borian looks exhausted. Serious question. Why does Canada find it hard attracting dual nationals? Like Des Brooks. Yep, that's very true. I don't know. But I mean, they have recruited decently. I mean, Jonathan David's a perfect example. He could have represented Haiti. And we were able to get him. There's a lot of players in this squad that could have represented other players. The big one for me is Tamori. And I'm going to try to cover him as much as I can on the channel. I personally believe that there's a chance that Tamori still could represent Canada. When I look at things, when I look at who plays usually for that England squad, usually it's 9 times out of 10 players who play in the Premier League. The fact that he's going to sign permanently for AC Milan kind of puts him out of the conversation, puts him out of the scouts' viewership each and every week because he'd be playing in Italy. On top of that, he just got hardly rejected for the Euros for some players, in my opinion, that Tamori's better than. And on top of both of those 2 points, we're guaranteed to host a World Cup in 2026 and still have the opportunity to represent the CONCACAF in the 2022 World Cup if we're able to get there. And if you're looking at a piece to bring into this squad that could completely change the way it looked, it's Tamori, man. It's massive. If I was this Canadian squad in any way, shape, or form, if I was Alphonso Davies, I would pick up that phone and I would get Tamori and do anything you can. And just say, you've been overlooked by England, man, and you're not even playing in England anymore. Find a way to get Tamori to play for Canada, and you've changed our back line drastically. But I do think Canada's gotten better at recruiting, and there are some players on this team, and Buchanan is another good example. Could have represented, I think, Jamaica as well. Akinola, hopefully we get him as well, a good young striker. He's got the opportunity to represent the States and Nigeria. But we'll have to see, man. You got a nice setup in the background there. I like it. We are a Dortmund fan channel as well. We work with Borussia Dortmund too, so obviously big Dortmund fan. So Davies put me in an uncomfortable position. Do you follow the Canadian Premier League? I heard that it's the new National League in Canada. I do. I've done a little bit of work with Forge FC and York 9 FC. I like Forge. I'm wearing a Forge FC hat right now. Met a few of their players. Met Tristan, which was pretty cool as well as Chris Narco, who's another good guy there. It's a developing league right now, man. It's a long ways away from competing with the likes of the MLS, but it's equivalent after talking to some of the players of the second division in the States. So kind of give you a quality of the way that the league and the quality is. Your thoughts on Buchanan? Should he move to Europe? 100% he can. He should and he can. In my opinion, he's very similar to Juan Cuadrado. It's not unlikely and it's not a coincidence why Juventus is linked with him. Juventus had success recruiting Weston McKennie, seeing the likes of a lot of the American viewers and fan base that they picked up since getting Weston McKennie. Canada is another growing market, and if you want to take a bet on someone like Buchanan who plays the game very similar to Juan Cuadrado, perfect replacement, man. Napoli's also a link with him and Eustachio as well. If I'm looking at two Canadians to make a jump to a top 5, I mean, I hope Buchanan joins Juve, and I hope Eustachio joins to replace Bakayoko for Napoli, because I can add those watch-alongs to the channel throughout the year to keep an eye on some of our Canadians abroad. But Buchanan's going to be one to go to Europe at some point, but I just hope it's to a top 5 team. There's a little foul there, did very well. Richie Larea is definitely moved out to the right-hand side now. So it is definitely a back 4. Atakubi's playing at left back. Scott Kennedy and Vittoria are 2 center backs, while Larea went back to right back, which obviously means that the 3-man midfield is Osorio. It's hard trying to think of which formation still it's going to go. If we were playing a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 maybe. Helps with the versatility of Kyle Larin. As like I said, he can play in the wings now, which is nice to see. He was able to add that to his game with Besiktas this year. I cheer for Canada always. Me too, my man. I'm Mexican-American. It's a good rivalry there, but Spanish blood, and I've always rooted for Mexico, but I support the U.S. recently. I root for Spain in the Euros and in the World Cup in the later rounds. Got some good countries there, though. Herdman has to go. Canada is consistently giving away possession. It's a good debate, man. There's a lot of Canadians who think that Herdman's done some good things. Offside there. There's also a lot of Canadians who realize that Herdman isn't the answer. But when you're looking, like I said, man, when you're looking at the Canadian Soccer Association, you're not going to find anyone better than Herdman with the salary that you're willing to give up. I do agree that down the line, if we're going to be maybe super competitive consistently in the Gold Cup and maybe challenging for the World Cup, we do need eventually another manager. But at the current situation, John Herdman is doing a job. The biggest thing with him is his tactics, and you can kind of tell in a situation like this. This game has not been smooth by any stretch. We are up by 1. He has tried to make some tactics about moving Davies around. Hasn't worked. He's made a couple substitutions as well. Again, arguably hasn't worked. But we still have the lead. We have 54% of the possession as well. But, I mean, yeah, there's 2 sets of fan bases here in Canada that are either really for him or are really against. But I am able to see both points. But I know what our association's like, and they're not going to fire him, and they're not going to be able to replace him. Tomori on Canada would be awesome. It would be a dream to get Tomori, man. Bro, I didn't even know that Tomori is Canadian. Talk about more players like him we're missing out on. Well, the other biggest Canadian we did miss out on was Chris Dante, who's playing for Italy right now. He could have represented Canada. He would have been, even he could play as a center back, he can play as a holding midfielder. Very good for Roma, but he is cap-tied for sure for Italy, and he's playing for Italy right now in the Euros. The biggest name out there, and the most important name out there that is still eligible for Canada is Tomori, and we better get him. But we got a double substitution right now. Buchanan and Henry will be coming on, which is good to see. Like I said, Buchanan is I think was going to be one for the future. He can be used at a lot of different positions on this Canadian squad. I'm curious to see who's going to come off for him. It's a good ball there and held up very well by Larin. Kicks it on out over to Richie Larea. Little one-on-one, which Haiti's done very well against today. And again, well defended, led to absolutely nothing. Herdman is clueless. The Ecuadorian coach for Canada was great. A lot of people, including myself, have a lot of good things to say, and a lot of it comes from the fact that John Herdman basically was an academy coach for Sunderland, and then coached New Zealand and Canada women's team. A lot of people did not like that appointment of him. A lot of people are very critical about it, and the Gold Cup quarterfinal loss, I thought would have been the last straw for him. But like I said, I mean, he's picking up results. He was able to get through the group stage. He got the big win against Suriname. Right now, he's got the result against Haiti. That's a good touch there by Davies. Does very, very well. But I understand your opinion though. It's a good shot there and very well comfortably saved. Bean says that we're playing in the 4-4-2 right now. I can see it. It's hard right now because Davies is going absolutely all over the place. You guys make me appreciate what we have in America, and most can't stand Barhalter, but his tactics. But at least we have talent to bail him out. Ref's down though with a big injury on the 74th minute. I kid. I don't know what happened there. I think someone stepped on his toe, maybe. Josh, just so you know, you were reading comments 5 minutes delayed. Just an FYI, not complaining. If you guys are familiar with me on the chat, I have a bad tendency of that. I try to do very well to read the comments while, trying to commentate / watch the game. And I want to get to people's comments, but you guys are very good in today's chat. The comments roll in. I see good questions. I want to talk about them. But yeah, most times you will see that. So I am sorry that I answer you guys' questions. So if I do skip it, just ask it again, and I'll try to just address the more frequent ones. But the ref is down injured, man. I wouldn't let Herdman coach a house league team. Who has been the best coach of Canadian men's national team? It's hard to debate that. I mean, the coach that won us any of the gold cups, you could debate. It's hard. It's not Herdman, if that makes it easier for you. I personally rate Corbeanu higher than Buchanan. Both will be, Corbeanu's younger, plays in a higher league, but doesn't get regular minutes. In my opinion, this year, if Corbeanu isn't being used and utilized during that Wolves team, he needs to go out on loan. He needs to play maybe the championship or a team lower in the Premier League where he'll get minutes. Because I think Corbeanu, in my opinion, I agree with you, is more highly rated given the fact that he's younger, playing in a better system right now. But Buchanan, don't write him off, man. Especially if he gets a jump to somewhere like Juve and just naturally takes Juan Cuadrado's role on. I think he could shine under Allegri. And speaking of him, he is coming on now. Buchanan is a Brampton man. Yes, he is, and there's a lot of good Brampton players over the years, man. But Buchanan is coming on. I'm excited to see what he can do in the last 15 or so minutes here. Buchanan's coming on for Richie Larea through it's a straight swap at right back. And we just gained a new subscriber, Junior, my man. Appreciate the sub. You guys have been absolutely killing it today. A lot of love. But yeah, Richie Larea is coming off, which means that Buchanan is heading back to right back. And Henry's coming on for Kyle Larin. So Laren's coming off, which means we have one out-and-out striker right now. It does look like Buchanan's actually going up the pitch a little bit. So, to me, it looks like a 4-3-3. Borjan is in goal. Alistair Johnston is our right back, which means Victoria Henry. I don't even know how to describe this. Maybe it's a 3-4-3. Gain another subscriber. We appreciate it. I think it's a 3-4-3. I think it's a 3-4-3. Let me know what you guys think it is. I'm trying to get an eye on it, but I think it's Alistair Johnston, right wing back, Henry, Victoria, Kennedy, the three center backs, Davies, left wing back, then the two central midfielders, and then the front three, or the three central midfielders. I don't know. There's so many substitutions. There's so many ways that he can address this. Alan says Canadian teams history, I should say. He's got Herdman up there, so I mean, there you go. It's okay, bro. Take it easy. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not... It's all good. We gained another subscriber, though. We appreciate it, my man. Herdman did great things for the women's team as a coach. He did. And another subscriber. James, you guys are killing it today, man. We really appreciate the support. We're on the 78th minute, and again, a 1-0 result away from home is huge. This is the perfect result so far. Hopefully we can see it out. Davies again with turning over the ball. It's been a rough game for him. Haiti turns it over, and then they hit on the break. A nice little ball out there. Alistair Johnson is doing very well to close him down. Very well done by Alistair Johnson. You need a partner. One to do play-by-play, one to handle the comments. We got producer T in the background. Maybe get him on comment duty one time, but he's doing some behind-the-scene things. Oh, beautiful run there by Buchanan. It was a good run. It was a good run by Buchanan, but he kind of ran out of room, didn't know exactly what to do, and played a poor ball. Everyone's saying that's a 3-4-3. And yet, with Henry, Vittoria, and Kennedy as our 3 central backs, Davies and Johnston as our wing backs. The lone striker now is our boy David. Or actually, Atakubi, sorry, is the left wing back, which means Davies is on left wing with Buchanan on right wing and David through the middle. Whole wide range of players on the pitch that can play so many different positions. It's hard to be able to figure out exactly which way that we go, because I just like to sometimes hypothesize before we see the layout. But with the way that Davies plays, he gives so many options. But Osorio and Eustachio are 2 central midfielders right now, so it is a 3-4-3. It's a nice shape up. I think Herdman's a lot more comfortable with the 3 at the back, which is why Henry ended up coming back on. And again, no Lucas Cavallini. Josh does a great job. Well, I appreciate that, my man. I do my best. I do my best. I get carried away with the game. James says you were killing it watching from Woodstock as well. James, you were very close to me, man. Very close to me. You would probably know where I actually live. I'm about 20 minutes from Woodstock. But we got a couple other substitutions. Cavallini is coming in for Jonathan David. Piet is coming in as well for, I assume, Osorio. Stadium has been very bad grass. It affects the development of the game. Do not lose hope. I agree. I mean, you're going to tell me we win 1-0 before the game. I would take that any day of the week. Any day of the week, I would take that. We take in a 1-0 result like this into the next game. It's huge. Canada needs me if I want to win the World Cup. Gained another member on the channel. Zachary Harden, my man. I appreciate the member to the Rising Star Reina category. Means a lot, guys. Means a lot. Got a lot of content coming up on the channel in the next week, especially with a lot of Euro content. Some Canada stuff as well. It should be a lot of fun, but you guys have been absolutely fantastic to have this streaming today. I really appreciate it. And right now, if this scoreline can stay the same, a 1-0 result is huge going into that second leg. Very well done by Atakubi. There's also Daniel Jepson, 17 years old, born in Canada, playing for Sheffield United, relegated from the Premier League, eligible for Canada and England. Brilliant, brilliant prospect. He is. We touched about him a little bit on the channel because Dortmund was actually, as they are, interested in every young prodigy there is. The corner kick there and headed out. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that he'll go for Canada. In my opinion, looking at his age, looking at the Canadian squad, looking at the English squad, I think it's a no-brainer at some point he is going to represent Canada, especially from the love that he has in Canada. I've heard him speak upon it. Hopefully we'll get him back here of late. It'll be cool to see, man. Abby Simpson says 20 minutes from Ingersoll is either a lot of dirt in a corner Ingersoll. Okay, we got some people near where I'm from. It's cool. Not quite. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell you guys exactly where I'm from. It's weird. It's different when I'm streaming in front of a bunch of people from Europe because they have no idea. I think I've mentioned it a few times. I know I played hockey in Ingersoll and hockey my whole life, same as soccer as well. So I mean, again, I'm 20 minutes from Ingersoll. So I mean, if you guess it, I will tell you. But it's cool streaming and actually having people have any idea where I'm from.
We're the opposite way of Ingersoll.
We're opposite? What are we from Ingersoll? 20 minutes?
Well, we're like 20 minutes, but if you're going from Woodstock, you go that way to Ingersoll and this way to
Okay, so 20 minutes directly south from Woodstock?
Yeah.
And then would that be southeast from Ingersoll? Southwest? Southwest. All right, 20 minutes southwest from Ingersoll, 20 minutes south from Woodstock. What's Jebson's position? He's a striker. And I'm hoping that he stays with Sheffield next year because he's came off and he's made a bit of an impact in the Premier League. I don't think at his age and looking what he can do, making a jump to any type of Premier League team will do him any good because he'll either be playing for a team at the bottom of the table or he'll be sitting on the bench. I'm hoping he sticks with Sheffield. I'm hoping that they have a bounce back season in the championship. It's a great learning experience for him. And then I hope he just represents Canada, man. I'm going to ask again, who is the dark horse pick for the Euros? My dark horse pick, I said Turkey, and then they got obliterated by Italy in the opening game. I was impressed with what the Turks were doing. They looked very good. I'm familiar with a lot of their players, but I didn't see it in that opening match, and it made me really second guess it. I think Ukraine's a good look as well, same as Poland. Poland's usually my go-to dark horse. Very well done there by Eustachio. Hit Buchanan on the break. Oh, look at the speed. But very well defended. Which of the Dortmund players do you think will have the best summer in their respective national teams? That's funny. I actually asked that question today. The number one answer was Guerrero. A lot of people think Portugal is going to win the Euros, which means that Guerrero will win that as well. And I think it's fair, but I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I want to see the trifecta of Meunier, Hazard, and Witsel win it with Belgium. I am from Niagara. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. London born was Abby. I went to Conestoga College as well. So, I mean, again, it's cool telling a lot of you guys that because you'll have an idea of where it is. I played on the indoor and outdoor soccer team there for the varsity team. We were garbage at the outdoor team, but we were unreal at indoor. Canada automatically qualifies for the 2026 along with the US and Mexico. They do, and it will be huge, man. It will be huge for the growth of this country. Abby guessed Tempsford. Not quite. Not quite from Tempsford. Tempsford's actually further, so other direction. Tilsonburg's another good guess, but not quite. It's a very small town, guys. 2,000 people. Dark horse is Sweden. Not a bad guess. Sweden was kind of a dark horse pick I did for the World Cup, and they made it to the quarters, luckily. Johnson does very well there. How can Belgium be a dark horse? Belgium is not a dark horse. Belgium's arguably one of the favorites with France. Poland is Lewandowski and no one else. Poland had a decent run in the last Euros as well. And again, Poland's usually my dark horse pick because when you have someone like Lewandowski, you can create something out of nothing. And I've seen him do it so many times over the years. I don't know. Let me know who you guys are cheering for in the Euros this year. As you guys have heard from me, my Euro team, my other team besides Canada, because Canada, like I said, was very irrelevant for a long period of time. My other team is Germany. So in the Euros this year, I'll be going for Germany. Obviously, we'll be covering Canada as well. Hopefully, seeing them and do something dangerous in the Gold Cup. But I don't know. A lot of my friends who do play the sport in Canada are big Italy/Portugal fans because that's where their families are from. Davey just got hip checked pretty badly there, drew a foul. Lele says North Macedonia is the dark horse. I think that's more of a lotto pick, my friend, but you know, it'll do. Scotland are my dark horses. Scotland born and bred, so I hope Finland can build on today's result. It's a cool moment for Finland. Again, the entire game, it's a shame what happened to Christian Eriksen. A lot of people were pretty upset at the fact that the game continued. It's a tough challenge there on Davies. Hopefully he's okay. Bean says Portugal, let's go. I feel like in Canada, and correct me if you guys think I'm wrong, but I feel like in Canada, the most common second nationalities when it comes to people cheering for the Euros would be Italy or Portugal. At least in my case. Like I said, I played for Conestoga, so I had a lot of buddies who up there who did play soccer with me, and most of them were Italians or Portuguese. Win or lose, Turkey for life. Kyle Aaron, my friends, how we can bond. I like it. Davies better not be hurt. I think he's okay. I think he's a little worn out. He's had a frustrating game, man. As a Pole myself, Lewandowski needs a good team around him. The Poland usually has to do everything himself. It is true. I don't think Poland's going to have a deep run by any means, but I do think they have a chance of obviously getting out of the group. Eric says F it. Let's go Japan. They'll make the quarters. You're a bold man, my friend, and I respect that about you. Will you watch the YouTubers versus TikToks fights? Sorry, not a soccer question. I haven't heard of that, to be honest. Have you heard of that? The YouTubers versus TikTok fight?
Bryce Hall's fighting Austin McBroom.
Oh, okay, I did hear that. I will not be watching it, but I did actually hear that. That's the Ace family, right? He's from the Ace family? Nice header. Oh. I don't know. My girlfriend said something about the Ace family. I'm assuming, like, she says, I don't know. I think Austin from the Ace family, I guess he's the YouTuber. And then I don't know who the TikToker is. I will not be watching it. I will be having some beverages instead. No, she said we might throw it on. But, I don't know. 5 minutes of extra time's added on. If we can see this thing out, man, it's a big result. 1-0. It's nicely done there. Yes. Very well done, Davies. And again, he takes on players left, right, and center, and he loses the ball once again in an awful position. He's had a very poor game, which is some sort of frustrating. We're gonna have some defending that we're gonna have to do here. Shot from distance, nicely done. We can regroup. How do you think Matthew and Marner's golf swings are looking right now? Adam with the big blow. I'm a Sens fan. I love it. I hope that they're doing poor, but I don't know. I'm going for Vegas. That's who I picked in my playoff picks to win it. I'm backing them 100%. So as long as Vegas can win the cup, I'm laughing. 1-0 is the worst result for Canada. It is definitely not the worst result for Canada, man. We won away in this again. Like this pitch has been an absolute joke. It's not easy to go to Haiti like this and play in these kind of conditions. Canada deserves massive credit to be able to get through with it with a 1-0. They should have been more? Yes. Was this an ugly game? Absolutely. Was Davies probably the poorest person on the pitch? Yeah, he was. It was an ugly game through and through. But we got the result to hopefully bring it back to the second leg. I have no real issues with it. But we're going to have a much better performance to be able to carry this thing through, man. We got some people saying who are not impressed with Herdman's tactics. I don't think he nailed it today, but again, he got the result, man. Like the Sens don't know which club to use at a par 5. Abby, I thought we were getting some chemistry going, and you just burned that bridge. No, I'm kidding. Senators have been poor for a while, but to be fair, Connor Brown and Nick Paul just won us the IIHF, baby. And Adam Henrique, who's captain of the team, is from Burford. So from those of you guys who don't know, Burford again. Another hint, about 15 minutes away from where I live. So very cool. I played soccer with his brother growing up. So, you know. Lots of England fans in Canada too. That's true. I do have some English in my background as well, but my background is far more German than it is anything else. Which is, again, led me to love Borussia Dortmund. Led me to an opportunity to be able to work for Borussia Dortmund and do some cool stuff with them. So, yeah, I don't know. German's a lot more in my blood than anything else besides Canada. Canada should get Insigne somehow. What a beautiful rant. That's a tough corner there. Kind of poor in the end. Abby says, I'm a Leafs fan, but I know we both suck. It's fine. I mean, the Leafs should have went deeper, man. I did a nice celebration in front of my friends after they lost Game 6. I got tossed in a pool, fully clothed. But I did it for honor. Wasn't well received. That was a very poor corner kick there from Eustachio as well. Do more live streams, man. Keep it up. I appreciate the support, guys. You guys have been a lot of fun to chill with today. Like I said, we started the channel. We're a Dortmund fan channel. But we covered the Canadian men's national team when they played some of their other games, when we were finally able to watch our national team. But it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed covering the Canadian national team because, like I said, growing up in a small town, I kept my opinions to myself for about 24 years, and then decided to create a YouTube channel with a producer team in the background, and it's been cool to see that this sport's a lot bigger than it may look like on opening eyes. And I can talk to some of you guys about hockey as well, which is kind of cool. I can't talk to a lot of my European viewers about hockey. A lot of them do know it. I mean, hockey is big in certain places in Europe, but soccer is a lot bigger. Islanders are great since Tavares left. Quite funny, man. Quite funny. If you would make streams of Sen games next season, I would definitely support it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get into, like, the hockey streams on this channel, just because it's a little bit different, but I don't know. We are going to be, yeah, there could be something in the future there, but it wouldn't be through this channel. For 15 seconds left, though, but guys, in the game, any additional time they may add on. We gained another subscriber, and it was Abby. We got through our differences, you and I. She subscribed to the channel. Abby, I appreciate it. Means a lot. I'm glad we were able to work it out in the long term here. But we'll be doing a 5 takeaways as well, quickly. Yeah? Quick 5 takeaways, upload it. We'll do it with 5 takeaways. You guys did very well in the last one, considering we posted a decent chunk after the game. But there's the last free kick coming in here. See how the boys can do with another clean sheet. It's a bit of a dangerous position, kind of an awkward one, whether he's going to go deep. It's a high line by Canada. A little fake. Try to put some of them offside. He does take a little clip in back door, but Borjan picks it up. Very nicely done. We're almost a minute after the additional 5 minutes have been played anyways. Borjan boots it upfield. And that's the match, guys. There we go. Big result, man. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game you'll ever see. We did not play that well. It was not appealing on the ice. I don't think anyone here really thought, like, you know what, that was an absolute thriller. But Canada did what they had to do to get the result. A 1-0 result, a massive result to take into the second leg. I have absolutely no issues with it. If that was the first leg and we won 1-0 going into Haiti, I'd be a lot more nervous than this one. This is a perfect away result, and I don't think anyone can really... You can take notes on the performance because it wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, but all in all, the result's the number one thing that matters. So I'll address a few more comments here, guys, before we wrap it up. You guys have been a lot of fun in today's chat and got a massive result. Beautiful game, says Western Canada, where I have relatives, has a lot of German national, and I support in Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg. In the Toronto area, I agree, Italy and Portugal is a bigger population. Very cool. Can you name the Italian-Canadian player again? I was missing it out. It's Chris Dante. Go to Roma's squad. I believe he wears number 4. So just go to Wikipedia, go to Roma. It's Brian Cristante. What was your overall take on Canada's performance today? I mean, ugly. It was an ugly performance. It wasn't a good game by any stretch. We got lucky in a way to get around. I mean, I don't think Haiti did enough to take a result. I think a draw arguably could have been fair, but I do think Canada deserved the 1-0 result. The Alphonso Davies was poor all game. Again, when he's a superstar like this, you're going to want to get the ball to his feet. That's the number one thing you're going to want to do, and he had the ball way too much and did nothing with it today. I mean, we know exactly what he's like. He, of all players, is going to be wildly frustrated, and I'm hoping... I don't know what Herdman should do for the second leg. I really don't. We played in the 3-5-2, and then later in the game, it got switched to the 3-4-3. We have the versatility of really Alistair Johnson to play on the outside center back or a right back. Larea can play as a left back or a right back or a right wing back. Davies can play pretty much anywhere, but you should utilize him on the wing, even though today he had a poor effort at it. I don't know, man. It wasn't the most, like I said, it wasn't the most appealing thing on the eyes. It was a poor game, but we got the result. I waited because of the Herdman slander, not the Sens fandom. I didn't, and guys, I don't mean to slander John Herdman in any way. I was just trying to talk about a bit of an elephant in the room. I think John Herdman is the right man for the job right now. I don't think the Canadian Soccer Association can afford to fire him, can afford to replace him. I think that he's growing, learning, getting better. I am no means ever want to slander him at any means, and I think that he is the right guy for the job. I just know that there's two different takes from a lot of people I talk to, and you either know that he's the right man for the job right now, and there's not a better option, that he's learning, he's getting better, and he's getting the results, or you realize that he's not. I don't know. He's got a lot to learn still, but I do think he's in the right track, and we've went through the group stage. We've taken down Suriname. He didn't get his tactics 100% right today, but we were still able to walk around with a 1-0 victory, which is, again, massive. And we'll see. We'll see what the second leg brings, and Herdman's got a lot to prove. And I told him that I wouldn't have a full-out opinion on Herdman until the final qualifications of World Cup's over. And we still got a lot of way to go, guys. When is Canadian soccer appealing on the ice? I mean, they were a lot of fun to watch in the opening games, but again, they were against very inferior opposition. But hot take, Italy is making the finals. They could be. They look very good today. England would have beat Haiti 10-0. I don't think that's true, man. I think that Haiti is a lot more compact than they needed to be. But again, what they were doing in Suriname did not work in this match. Jonathan David to Alphonso Davies was the game plan. It was a route one type of football that they were utilizing for that Suriname match, and they ripped by their fullbacks. Haiti did a much better job containing them today. And it's a lot of the way that we were going through the outside and not playing through the middle really kind of humbled this Canadian squad, man. And Dan had a good point in there too. He said heat and humidity in the CONCACAF can be crazy. But we got the result, guys. We can't afford a better coach. We can't. We can't afford it. That's as true as it can be. The Canadian Soccer Association does not have the money to get a better manager than John Herdman. And there's a lot of things I do like about John Herdman. I do. I just there are question marks around him. I want to be able to address it with you guys in the most respectful way I can. But again, he's done everything right so far. So hopefully he carries on in the second leg, gets us to the final eights, and does some damage there. But it's been a little interesting to see the way that this game went. Wasn't the perfect result, but it was a 1-0, and you can't complain too much with it. Canada should go after some Asian managers, especially from Japan. I think being able to speak English is going to be very important. I don't know what managers are over there that would fit the profile of the job. I'd assume English candidates would be, I mean, they speak English. It would be some of the better options. But the English barrier is definitely got to be a good one. But there are a lot of people, and I can see in the chat, who have question marks on Herdman. It's understandable. But either way, guys, we got a good result. Lele's saying 6. I don't know what she's referring to, if she meant 6 out of 10. But that is it for now, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in for, I guess everyone can speak English. There are a lot of managers who can speak English. There are. I'm not sure who's going to go after Herdman, but he will be here for the foreseeable future. That's for sure. But we're going to wrap up the stream today, guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Do you watch all the Euro games? Yes. Monday to Friday, guys, we will be streaming watch-alongs every single day. Like I said, the big one will be Tuesday. We got the Germany-France watch-along, followed by way later in the day, Canada-Haiti second leg. So you guys were absolutely fantastic. A lot of fun in the chat today. Poor game, but good result. 1-0, we'll take it into the second leg. Appreciate all the support. If you guys want to drop a like on the way out, it's much appreciated. And of course, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much. And hopefully we'll see you for some of the Euro watch-alongs, the 5 takeaways, and of course, the second leg. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you soon.